Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. The Fammies Game of the Year show, the Fammies 2023 starts now! Thank you. Thank you. Now, let's kick it back to the studio, to the host with the most, Daddy!
I love you,
Hello. Thank you, wonderful, handsome sounding voice, for kicking it back over to me. This is the Fammies 2023. I'm your host, Danny Bivens, and today I'm joined, as always, by Mr. Cat Drugs.
That's sick. I love that that opening. That's so good.
Yeah, that was quite a bit of fun to put together. Well, I mean, it was Osaka. We're in Osaka. Well, there's a viewing in Osaka at a wrestling event right now, so we're kind of kicking it back and forth, just so those guys can see it and all that type of stuff. You know how it goes, man. We're a big deal.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So,
I never realized the people in Osaka look so like 2D cut out and pixelated.
It's weird, right? It's really weird, but that's just the way it is. It's real life, man. Anyways, yeah, this is the Fammies. This is the show, our Game of the Year show. We have one of these. We've been having one of these every year since 2017. 2023 is no different. Just to get off, just get out there right now. Unfortunately, JC will not be able to join today. He's excited. He's watching just like you guys. So I hope you guys got that popcorn ready. I don't think James is going to be sharing with you, but anyways. So obviously, 2023 has been a pretty good year for games. Lots of really cool stuff has come out. It's almost looking back at like the beginning of the year, some of the stuff that came out, I'm thinking like, whoa, did that actually happen? And I guess it did. But Ty, how about you, man? Like, how has the gaming year been for you?
Wait a minute.
Hey, Danny, on your left.
Oh, holy moly. Wait a second. Who is this? Who's this jokester?
Hey.
Dark Soul has invaded.
I'm back, baby.
It's JC.
How could I miss
what's
the
going on?
Fammies? The
What's
most
going on,
important game award show of the world.
Yes.
And universe.
Exactly.
That's right. Glad
James,
to be
nice
here.
of you to join, man.
Yeah.
Bless.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it, man. Very exciting.
Yeah, man. We got lots and lots of categories to go through, lots of arguing and like all that type of stuff. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's why I came back.
Yes, exactly. And just to catch up with the chat, looks like Balls is in here. Michael Buffer voice, let's get ready to Fammies. Yep, exactly. John Cario's in there chilling out. Lemonade's here too. James Allen's here. Balls again. Yeah. And how do we know this isn't an imposter? James Charlton. We don't know. We don't have the technology for that. So
I killed him and absorbed his powers.
yes. Well, just removed his face and okay. Well, before we actually get into the awards themselves, I put together like a recap video of most of the games that we talked about throughout the year. Because like I said, there's just been a whole lot of stuff that we've talked about on the show. And I just kind of want to refresh your guys' memory. I already put this thing out late last week. Some of you might have seen it, but if not, I'm just going to go ahead and run this here momentarily. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Yeah, we're still here. We can still talk about it.
Hey, I know that funny guy from Tekken.
Right.
You should head north. Good advice.
Yep.
I think I played that game and I don't remember it.
You did. Go for it.
Donkey Konga looks weird now.
Right. Completely changed.
Oh, GoldenEye!
That was the first game night that we had with GoldenEye.
Akbar.
Some JC footage with Splatoon 3 tricolor battle there.
The purple
Nice.
stuff.
Yep.
Good game.
Mike Jones.
Wouldn't be the Famicast Lawson baseball talk, at least at some point.
Who played this game?
Probably.
Yay!
Yep.
Finally, some good fucking video games.
Right.
Blah!
For some reason, the mobile
Go.
option did not work with the Japanese version of Mario Kart Advance. I don't know.
Swing of the bat to go over the
It's Danny.
Evans playing,
Yeah.
playing the sport for reals.
The
Yeah.
MLB, baby. Let's go.
Me hit 60 home runs that year.
Oh, it's me. No, actually, it's somebody else's trailer, but
Yeah, it's the official trailer.
I got the shirt. Look at this shit.
Okay.
I'm repping Advance Wars today.
Nice, nice.
You're about to find out.
This is Danny at TGS, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, actual footage. I never realized he looked so blocky and low polygon.
I know, it's when I take my shirt off. That's when you can really tell.
It's me.
Yes.
Yep. This is what I was doing last night. Chopping up skeletons.
Pikmin looks really weird these days.
Yeah.
Oh, that really looks like you, Danny. That's amazing.
Yeah. I wrestle with my glasses on and my shirt off.
You want to hit a guy with glasses, right?
They wouldn't. They don't. I hit them first with chairs in the head.
Oh, it's me. It's me.
Yep.
Big brain. Eat shit, Pyramid Head.
It's my other half, lovely Annabelle.
Much obliged.
I've never seen this. This is
Oh, really?
All
Oh,
too
man.
well. His Airness Michael Jordan makes his
He's back.
final trip to Los Angeles, where he'll be met by the reigning champs led by Kobe Bryant. Will this be the game where Jordan passes the torch to Kobe?
It's back.
Yeah.
Another thing that's
back,
back.
baby. Oh. Funny Girl Castlevania.
Yeah.
I can still fight.
Oh god, is this the whole clip?
No, it
thank,
was just.
thank goodness.
Yeah.
Funny fruit game.
Yeah.
Elephantitis Mario.
Yep. There it is.
That was my name in the Discord for quite a while.
Oh, I know. It's a good one, man.
Yeah. Don't Google that.
Yeah, probably.
Wow. Super Nintendo never looked so good.
Exactly.
Right?
The game that some of you out there might have played this year.
Never heard of it.
Right?
Monster Hunter, right?
Yeah, I think so.
He's naked! Is this Pilot Wings?
Yes, Pilot Wings. Very much so.
It is now. Nice. Nice
Yeah.
little selection.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, that was most of what we played. If you're listening to the audio version, you probably just heard like a really nice audio track. There's a separate video for that
Right.
that you can check out later. But trying to keep it so that there's not going to be too much of a difference here between both versions. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I think you guys are
famous last words.
yeah. I think you guys are warmed up enough. Looks like James Allen here too. Jokes aside, good to see you, JC. These two clowns couldn't run a piss up in a brewery. Well, you got a point there.
Do you guys have that expression?
No, but
Okay.
I've never heard that before. That's pretty good though.
yeah.
Couldn't do very easy thing in a very easy situation.
Yep.
Meme.
That's me.
Yeah,
Funny.
we have some of those.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get things kicked off proper here with the first category, and that is the top 5 most played games of the year. And
So we're at a wrestling event now.
yeah, I
apparently.
mean, like I said, I don't know if James, you weren't here when I was telling Ty, but basically, there's like a venue rented out in Osaka, and they're watching us there, as you can tell.
I see. Right. Got
It's
it.
kind of going back and forth and all that type of stuff. But
my original concept for the Fammies was more of like an Oscars kind of event, but now it's just turned into a wrestling event. Brilliant.
it's we gotta. I can't. We only have so much money, and I can only get so many places that will be willing
No
to take on
sponsors
such
this
a
year, right?
rambunctious crowd, I guess. But that seemed like the best option this year.
That Nishin noodle money ran out.
It did real fast. But we got some other sponsors this year, which we'll be talking about here in a bit. But yeah, like I said, these are our top 5 most played games of 2023. These are the games that we probably liked or just kept playing just for whatever reason. And we're gonna go through these basically 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just letting you guys know what the games are and how much we played. And also for some of you wonderful patrons out there, you guys had shared what you guys had been playing. Thank you guys so much for that. And we're gonna go ahead and do a cumulative top 5 of all of those that basically submitted their games and their hours and stuff like that. So we'll get to that right before we close out this segment.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised when I looked over the Fammies list that Danny sent me. I was like, wow, Danny's gone like full Grim Reaper on it. It's like deleted several awards, added a couple of new ones. But I like how you've integrated the Patreon stuff a little bit more. That's cool. That's
Yeah. No, I figured. I mean, just you guys out there, you really support us. You interact with us in the chat. You tell us things that about the show that you like or you don't like or whatever. So we appreciate that. And I wanted to give you guys a chance to get your voice heard on the show. And I thought this might be a cool way to do it too. So, and a lot of the nominations too for some of the later awards and stuff like that come directly from the patrons. So thank those guys for that. But kicking it over to our top 5 most played games of the year, JC, what do you got at number 5, man?
So I had to quickly check my Switch just before we started because I wasn't sure which was number 4 and which was number 5. But number 5 is F-Zero 99.
Okay.
So I played it for 2 hours. I played it mostly when it first came out. So I've missed like a few of the updates that have gone live recently. Like you can now play like the whole of the SNES game, right?
I mean, they change. There's a rule mode that they have.
Right.
Well, I mean, okay.
So I haven't played that. I played
there's a new rule mode that they have. It's classic style.
Yeah,
I haven't even tried it out yet, actually, either. So,
but yeah, obviously the reveal and everything, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, I think I was one of the last videos I did was like a kind of reacts video to the Nintendo Direct, whenever that was, like 3 months ago, I think.
September,
yeah.
Yep.
Like I couldn't believe it. I mean, how many episodes, how many years of the Famicast it was saying just make F-Zero online and that's it. And then Nintendo said, okay. It was like, Super Nintendo F-Zero, but still, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I think most people were envisioning GX when they said that, but I'll take anything. I mean, new F-Zero game in the year of our Lord 2023. Holy shit.
Yeah, definitely better than
who'da thunk it. So Yeah, and it's also just really well integrated. Like it plays really well. Like they've added F-Zero X stuff to it, so it's like they've got the spin attack and everything, and the side attack, which the original didn't have.
Yeah.
And this new kind of like layer where you can go into the sky when you collect enough golden eggs or whatever it is,
Right.
and then you can go into the upper.
Yes, F-Zero, famous for its eggs.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you can like smash into that big golden car and get even more eggs out of it.
Oh yeah.
But that's really awesome. Like, it's not just just a simple F-Zero with 99 cars. It's like it's really well integrated and with like a lot of layers of skill and just like the craziness of a 99 game, like in a racing game. So yeah, well done, Nintendo. Good job. Yeah, I wish I played more. We're still doing that award, aren't we? Need to play more of the next year.
Yes, we are. So
Yeah,
who knows? We can make it on there for James.
Spoiler alert for mine then.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's
right,
my
well,
number 5.
Ty, how about you, man? What's your number 5 most played?
Oh, let me check what I said. Of games that are on Switch.
Yeah, I thought honestly, man, like I didn't really care if it was on Switch or not.
Okay.
I mean, I saw what you did, and I was like, okay, you went through the effort for that. So I was like, all right, man.
All right. Yeah, let's see. Oh, I mean, like.
Well, I mean,
okay, like Matt. Right, I'm just gonna say, like, of new games this year, it's pretty much just Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
But like of games available on Switch, let's see. At number 5, I got Joy Mech Fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
nice.
that game was cool. It's it's like the first time I played that, despite it being an ancient fighting game, and it's got some juice to it. It's fun.
Yeah, that was super cool because I mean we played it before it was released outside of Japan for game night. It was fun, and then literally like a couple of weeks later, it was released not in English but just released on those services, which I mean is cool because
slap that ROM up. Yeah.
So I mean that's awesome that they're just making it available because I mean it's Nintendo developed, Nintendo published, so it's like this should just be on these the Famicom Online service everywhere, or the NES or whatever.
Online and find like the little online community for it. And they got the juice, they got the tech.
So Ty, you'd heard of it but never played the ROM?
Yeah, I've known about it for a long time, but like I never played it.
Okay.
But now I did, and I found that cheap shit. It's good.
Yeah, it's amazingly complex for like such a old Famicom game. It's like it's got like Shoryuken kind of moves, and
well, it came out in like '93. That's crazy.
Yeah, pretty.
Street Fighter 2 was 94.
What's that?
No, Street Fighter 2 was 91.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it was definitely Street Fighter 2 inspired, as a lot of games were at the time. All right. I think that was even after Mortal Kombat 1. That's crazy.
They never did Street Fighter 2 on NES, did they?
No, I don't think so.
There's a bootleg Chinese version. They're like some ROM hack kind of ones, but no, there's no NES port.
Yeah, did not get the Capcom blessing.
No official one.
Yeah.
So, okay. Let's move on.
Style game.
Well, okay. If that was your number 5, okay.
Yeah. We're doing everybody's number 5.
Yep,
okay.
That's right. So my number 5 was AEW Fight Forever, which there was a little bit of footage of that in the video that we played earlier. It's just, we talked about it. I talked about it on the show. I mean, it was kind of hyped up because it's the first wrestling game, like console wrestling game for AEW. I thought that was going to be pretty cool. It was supposedly using a lot of the same staff that had made some of those original, N64 games and stuff like that. And I played it for 15 hours, and it's fun enough, but it's a little bit janky. It's kind of disappointing. A lot of like bugs and stuff like that. But they have been like adding to it, some stuff for free, but like a lot of stuff for not free here recently. Like they just released their season 2 pack, which is, I don't know, $30. I haven't even bought the season 1 pack. So I mean, it's sports game type of stuff. So they're adding more wrestlers and stuff like that. I mean, just might as well just keep playing old wrestling games, honestly. But Yeah. Yeah, I won't harp too much on that because I know some of you guys don't really care. That's fine. But yeah, that was my fifth most played game of the year. Let's kick it back over to JC, and what do you got at number 4?
Yeah, so for the Nintendo Switch Online, the ROMs, if you hit X, then it'll tell you how many minutes or hours you played each individual ROM, which is quite useful.
Yep.
So that's why I knew that I'd played GoldenEye for 3 hours and 22 minutes, which is my number 4.
Nice.
Yeah, another absolute shocker to come out. Very pleasant surprise, very nice surprise.
3 hours. I think it took me that long to find a good control layout for the Joy-Cons.
Not me. I just picked up my N64 controller.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah. If you have that, you're blessed.
Yeah. I mean, playing that game in the N60, this Switch version, it's one of those N64 games that does not map well to modern controls if it's just not
definitely
altered.
Designed for the 64 controller in a very special kind of way.
Yeah, and it's like, some of those N64 games, you can play them on a modern controller. A game like 1080, for example. Like, I played it on Wii U and most recently on the Switch. It's like one of those type of games that you don't necessarily need to have the original controller layout to play. It's still very playable without it. But yeah, GoldenEye is not one of those games.
Yeah, I think I got about halfway through on Secret Agent or something like that.
Okay.
It was fun. It was just like so fun, just like, nostalgic extreme. It was like, yeah, this is like high school all over again. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Much fun. And well, I'm assuming the frame rate is better. It felt smooth.
Yeah, they use whatever they're doing for their engine, for probably it's proprietary engine for the stuff, and most of the stuff runs smooth. So yeah, it's
I mean, we played online, and it was okay. Like, it depending on like who was playing.
Yeah.
I remember playing with somebody and it was like really smooth, and then when someone else joined, it was not smooth. But like,
well, we were playing like all over the globe
on Wi-Fi in a sealed lead dome out in the desert.
Yeah, I mean, us here in Japan, like I remember, James, I think that clip that I had up earlier was of you and me playing, and it was fine.
Yeah, that was probably the one I was thinking about.
Yeah, and I think even playing with Ty, it was fine. Just, I mean, we're here.
Yeah.
So, Nintendo needs to work on their online stuff, but that's neither here nor there right now, at least.
Yeah, but it wasn't like painful slideshow like some online stuff has been.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think we more or less figured out that like every game kind of has its own emulator, and some are better than others.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And also, it was just so nice. It was amazing how like everything just like came back to me. Like I just remembered the missions, and all the kind of like really oblique, kind of like very vague mission objectives that you have, but they made sense to me because I just remembered everything.
Yeah.
So it was cool. Like shooting off the locks and stuff like that. It's
right.
so funny. Lasering your watch to open up grates. I mean,
just like real life.
How did we ever know?
Try to place the Intel sapping device, and it's like you missed the computer and you failed the mission.
Yeah,
right.
Good times.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
Right then. Who number 4? Somebody else's number 4?
Yep, Ty.
Oh, it's my turn already? All right. That'd be Quake 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that on game night, and
we did.
I was a fan of it back in the day. Like I had a brand new like 3DFX card back in, must have been like 97. And yeah, playing that shit super loud. It was great.
Nice.
So yeah, and like I'm glad I could talk everyone into playing it on game night, because that game slaps.
Yeah, man, like on the Switch is only like $5, and I think on Game Pass it's included, with the service there, because that's just what they do. And
and if you just happen to have Quake 2 on Steam, like it would automatically give you like the fancy version.
Oh, cool.
That just came out.
Yeah.
I watched you guys play on the game night video. That's a Patreon exclusive video, but yeah, it looks a lot of fun. like so many people playing it from
Yeah.
all different countries, different systems, like crossplay.
Yeah, crossplay, and
it
it's like
just
easy too.
works. And it just works too. Like at being a Nintendo gamer and playing a lot of Nintendo games mainly, I have Xbox and I have, PS4, but yeah, it's always kind of weird going to one of those systems and playing something online and everything works like super smoothly. Not that everything on Nintendo is crap, but you know what I mean? Like,
We know
yeah.
exactly what you mean, Danny.
Yeah, I think all you guys out there know as well. But cool. Well, yeah, man, I'm glad that you talked us into it because that kicked ass. So,
Hell yeah, brother.
well, my number 4 was actually one of the other big games of 2023, and no, I'm not talking about baseball or basketball or anything like that. No, I'm talking about Super Mario Brothers Wonder. That was my number 4 this year, and that one too is right around 15 hours, maybe like 16 or 17 or something like that. Yeah, I really had a lot of fun with it. It was cool just playing a brand new 2D Mario for the first time and since the Wii U. So that was kind of nice. And I thought that Nintendo did a good job of kind of freshening things up a little bit because that new Super Mario Brothers series is starting to get a little bit stale. And just a lot of like the little details and stuff like that they put in the game are things that I really enjoyed. Little facial expressions on the characters, not only Mario and the hero characters, but also like the bad guys too. I thought that was really neat. A lot of just like cool things, getting the wonder flowers and like those type of areas of the stages was really fun. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed that. So,
as always, Danny, I'm so so nervous about listening to you. Like, what's your number 1 going to be? It's going to be something absolutely mental. If Mario is at number 4, it's like, Jesus Christ, what have you been playing?
yeah,
But, you put a lot of hours into everything more than me, so yeah.
This year, yeah, there
in the
are quite a
hundreds.
few games that I had that are just long. I mean, not to tie. I mean, it's just like a weekend for Ty or some of these. I don't even know how it's literally possible, but it is for him.
Yeah, your number 4 is similar to my number 2, for example.
Okay,
in terms of hours.
Yeah, Lemonade also saying here too is like I haven't bought Wonder yet, but I will before Christmas. It's fun, man. I think you'll enjoy it if you like Mario. But kicking things back over to JC, what do you got at number 3, man?
Number 3 already. Wow. So yeah, number 3 is a game I haven't talked about on the podcast. Came out after. So it's Vampire Survivors, which I played for 5 or more hours. Yeah, this is a game that I'd heard about, talked about so much on the A4 Play podcast. Like all of those guys were playing it, but I think they were playing the mobile version. This is like months ago, like earlier in the year. So I just kind of like blah 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 whatever. I just kind of ignored it. But like it just kept on coming up on like different podcasts and like just internet, everything. People just constantly talking about it. It's like, dude, you have to play Vampire Survivors. It's like, and then was it in a direct or did it just come out? Did it just like shadow drop or something? I can't remember. Danny's.
Sorry,
Who knows?
I think it was in a direct, shadow dropped at like the same day or something like. Or no, maybe it was a couple. Like maybe it was the E3 thing. Or something.
Maybe, yeah,
it came out in
like that. Anyway, and I saw it, I was like, oh wow, cool. That's coming to Switch, and it's got like a 2-player mode, and it's like various enhancements. I was like, okay, cool. And then I kind of put it out of my mind, and then I was just like browsing the eShop one day, and I saw the price. It's like 500 yen. I was like, okay, whatever. And I had like 600 yen worth of gold coins. I was like, okay, whatever. Like, even if it's shit, I'm not paying anything for it.
Yeah.
And I immediately got addicted to it. Like, holy crap. I just played. So, I mean, one playthrough of that game, just for like one play, it's like 30 minutes easily. So just for one, game.
One run.
So like, which, you compare that to a Splatoon match, which is, 3 minutes. So like one playthrough of this. So, it's very easy to put in a lot of time. So it is like a roguelike, and you don't even have to press any buttons. It's just like you're moving your character around and kind of upgrading him. So you're like, you're picking up power-ups and like getting stronger and stronger in various ways. And all you do is avoid. You like, and it's you have a constantly firing weapon that you don't control. It's just constantly shooting. So it's just about the strategy of movement basically. And there are various characters that you unlock and weapons that you unlock, and some things are like permanently unlocked, so it gets easier, which is like the sign of any good roguelike game. You slowly get stronger and you slowly get better, and it's fun. They've absolutely nailed that curve. And yeah, it was amazing. Music's great. Visuals got that lovely kind of 16-bit aesthetic, and just so much shit going on. It's so fun. I mean, I think it's like on Game Pass, so it's like, right?
Yeah. Well, it was at
Yeah.
least. Yeah, I played
Yeah,
it last year. It's
yeah,
fun.
it's
I even played it
absolutely-
via the cloud on my phone, which is not recommended.
Weird.
I'll speak for Ty. Gross.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, Switch version is fantastic, and yeah, I would say get it. Just get it. It's so cheap and it's just so good. It's just like a mindless game. I know, Danny, you like to play Tetris 99 for your kind of like chilling out kind of game, but I think this game fits that feeling really well. It's such a chill game and so fun. Yeah.
No, it seems like it'd be right up my alley for handheld mode specifically, because I can't always put this chill out and play on the TV as much as I'd want to. Sometimes, my wife wants, she's like, I want to watch TV. It's like, okay.
Well, it's literally a phone game, but just like,
Yeah.
Resize into widescreen and slightly higher resolution. So yeah. That's
Cool.
my number 3. 5 hours. Did I say that? 5 or more hours? Yeah.
Yeah. Ty, what do you got, man?
Oh, I also have GoldenEye.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, I played it for a while, like before we had the game night for it, just to try to get used to a control configuration because like I never bought a 64 controller. Those things are kind of expensive.
Yeah.
And so like I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna get good with the Joy-Cons, and I did. I like played like most of the way through like Double O Agent difficulty. I think that's the hard one, right?
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, and just kind of shook off the rust, so to speak, because I probably have like thousands of hours in that game. Holy shit! Mostly in the 90s, but nevertheless.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a lot of fun just like deleting all the other players in game night.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely were, doing that to us. That's for sure, man.
Yeah, that game, it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's timeless.
Yeah, and I know the Xbox version is pretty sharp too. It's a pity that they don't have online with it for reasons, but
Yep.
yeah,
It's all politics.
pretty much. Yeah. All right. Well, my number 3 is a game that's old but new on the Switch, and this is Red Dead Redemption. This came out over the summer. Open world cowboy stuff. I loved it when it came out on 360 and PS3 back in the day. I picked up the 360 version back then, played it, loved it, played it again this summer, loved it. 35 hours or so is what I ended up putting in, clearing the game. Yeah, not like 100% clear, clearing the story rather. And it's fun. Great, realistic type of open world stuff, if that's your jam. They even have the zombie undead nightmare included with it too. It's freaking awesome. I mean, yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, that was in the clip at the start of the show.
Yeah, had that in the clip
Zombie
too.
woman. Well,
Yeah.
not as well.
No, that wasn't even. That was just part of the regular game. Actually.
Oh, okay.
So I must have seen that back in the day and forgotten about it.
Yeah, he's like, I'd like you to meet my wife. It's like, okay, this cool corpse sitting on your sofa.
It's like out of Psycho or something.
Yeah, pretty
Right.
much. It's the guy's like
Yeah.
such a sweet old man. He's like, can you help me find some flowers for my wife? Yeah, okay. And then the end is it's that. Spoiler alert. Anyway. All right. Well, JC, now we're really getting into it, man. What do you got at number 2?
Yeah, well, like I alluded to, the 20-hour game for me is Super Mario Wonder.
Nice.
So yeah, sitting at over 20 hours. I just finished it as well, like a couple of days ago. I beat normal Bowser.
Sure.
I still need to go through the special world.
Same.
So yeah, I mean this. I mean, we'll probably have to talk about it more when we'll talk about Game of the Year stuff at the end, right?
Yeah.
There's more than one chance to talk about this game, but
Sure.
like this game, like it's so good, but that annoyed me so much because like
What?
why did we have 5 new Super Mario Brothers games? Why didn't they just do this after the second one? Like all of the best ideas. This is what you should have developed on. We should be on Mario Wonder 4 by now, or Mario Wonder 3 at least. Think about how much the whole Mario 2D series would have developed and evolved if they'd started this back in Wii U. When they had the first HD console. It's so annoying because it's like it's so good, but why wasn't this like 10 years ago?
Sure.
Like,
and I mean,
this
like,
is so good. There's so many cool ideas. I mean, it's like like Galaxy. Like the amazing thing about Galaxy is like every one of those little planetoids have like a little, almost like a different feeling, a different mission to it. And Mario Wonder kind of takes from that by having like these Wonder Seeds, which kind of remix the stage. So that's why every single one like feels different.
Yeah.
And it's got all these amazing ideas, and and it doesn't. It just feels like, why wasn't this a long time ago? Because I'm just happy to have it. It's finally 2D Mario is actually good again.
Yeah. Like I mean, I'm not trying to defend Nintendo or anything, but I mean, the first new Super Mario Brothers, okay, that was pretty new, pretty fresh. The second one, you're like, okay, the big thing here is you can play with friends. Like, okay, adding something new. So they're always kind of adding something. I mean, you could kind of say, really, what did they add new to the 3DS version other than 3D? But I mean, still, I like that one. And then the Wii U, they could say, well, they made it HD.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I mean, yeah, I get it. It's like it was hot when it first came out, on the DS. DS is just a hot system.
Well, then you're forgetting they did one more. They did the Wii U one again.
Yeah, I know.
So like, the remake, deluxe one on the Switch.
I mean, and it's just a remake just to get money,
Exactly. But, yeah. So yeah. Because you can tell that this is the newer guys, the younger guys, and they were just told you can spend as long as you want, take as much time as you want, just put every idea you want ever into this game. And you can tell because it's just so crazy in a good way. Like I like weird Marios, I like crazy Marios, I like the Game Boy games, for example.
Yeah,
like you're playing inside a Mario robot and a pumpkin. It's like I like that. I like when Mario gets weird and different. And they had that one stage in Mario Brothers U, the Wii U one, where they had this kind of like really kind of crazy kind of artwork in the background. It almost looked like a Monet painting. And everyone really raved about it. It's like, wow, this is so cool, that stage. It was one stage. They did that. One stage. Mario Wonder is like that, but every stage is like that. Every stage has a crazy, wild, wacky thing that happens. It's like eternal darkness, sanity effect on every stage. And I fucking love it.
And excuse me, we missed one. Mario Run was also based on New Super Mario Brothers. Jesus. I had fun with that for what it was. Again, that's like the big thing, that it's a phone game that you can play with one hand. So like it's always something, but they reused the hell out of New Super Mario Brothers. It was time for
Hamburger in the other one, right? Did he say that? I think Miyamoto said that, right?
What did he say?
You can eat a hamburger in one hand and play Mario with the other ones.
I don't know if he said that, but we could pretend he did, even if he didn't.
Roll the tape. No, we don't have it. Okay.
Unfortunately, no. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll probably talk a little bit more about that later. But yeah,
sure.
For now, 20 hours. Yeah, number 2.
Okay.
My number 2? Oh yeah, Gal Guardian's Demon Purge.
All right.
That's a real video game.
That's one. We had some footage up there earlier too. Yeah,
we did. If you don't remember, that is like it's a what's the name of that Galgun.
Right.
It's a Galgun spin-off that's like just a it's like a knockoff or an homage to Symphony of the Night. So like I'm just like I'm on the Xbox store or the Switch store, whichever, and I see this like indie looking game. It's like it looks exactly like Symphony of the Night. I'm like, this must be good. And it is pretty good. It's fun.
Mhm.
Like it's not as good as Symphony of the Night, but it scratches that itch. It's a lot of fun. I would recommend it.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Wow. I just
Was
realized
that in the trailer at the beginning as well?
at the
Yeah.
at the end. It looked like Castlevania, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. It looks just like Symphony of the Night. It like copies so much stuff.
Yeah.
Like directly.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it does get a bit sillier, I will say.
Okay. Yeah. Again, like we talked about this. Well, Ty talked about this on one of the episodes this year.
Yeah, it was like 2 months ago, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. I know that. Yeah, it might have been right before TGS or something. But
Sounds about right.
yeah. My number 2, actually, God, I messed up my list. I'll mention something briefly. I did play MLB The Show 23 American baseball game for about 50 hours. I don't know how that slipped my mind when I was making my top 5 list. So let's just scoot everything back, and I'll go ahead and talk about my number 2, which is Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line, which I know maybe a couple of you guys out there as well were jamming on that earlier in the year. Again, this is like the Final Fantasy rhythm game. It hasn't been around. The last release is maybe 2015 or something like that. So it was really cool just to see Square Enix come back and just kind of go ham on it, because there are so many tracks in that game, especially if you've got like the DLC and like all that type of stuff. So which I did, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Again, I played that for 60 hours or so, maybe give or take an hour or two or something. Yeah, really freaking awesome. Lots of cool tracks. Yeah, it's just a solid game. So
yeah, I remember some guys in the Discord talking about that one.
Me and Balls jumped online together too and played, which was a lot of fun. And,
it's got online. Nice.
Yeah, got some online. Not cross-platform, but it's online if you have the same platform. So
it's not on a non-Nintendo platforms as well.
Yeah, it's on PlayStation as well.
Oh.
So because like they don't do touchscreen stuff with this, which was kind of a good idea in the long run, because I mean, if they just wanted to get it out on more platforms and stuff like that. But if they would do touchscreen on the Switch, I don't know. It just doesn't work with this game.
Is it on phones as well?
What's that?
Is it on phones as well?
Not this version. Older version.
Like older ones did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Probably with tons of microtransactions or whatever you call those, in-app purchases and like all that stuff. Like, yeah. Cool. All right. Well, now we're down to the nitty-gritty. JC, I think everybody knows what number one's going to be for most of us here. But James, how about you just go ahead and tell us your number 1?
Yeah, it might surprise you. My number 1 is Dead by Daylight.
Yes.
Sick. What's your prestige level?
Yes. So it is of no surprise, of course. It is Tears of the Kingdom. 195. So it didn't quite get to the 200. But holy Maloney's, that game is good. I mean, for the first half of the year until that game came out, it was like pretty much Splatoon 3 every day. Mm-hmm. And then looking forward to new Zelda, I was like, okay, well, I'll probably put a couple of hours in Splatoon, a couple of hours in Tears of the Kingdom every day from now on. Nah, that didn't happen. I dropped Splatoon like a rock. Yeah. Like I just went full ham on Tears of the Kingdom. It's like just so addicted to it because there's just so much to do. I mean, and it's so fun as well. The $70 DLC, as we all thought it was going to be, it turned out to be a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably the first half of a lot of episodes of me talking about that game, so I don't need to say anything else. But like,
right,
that game is good.
Mm-hmm.
and it's somehow better than Breath of the Wild, which just boggles the mind how they could have made a sequel to Breath of the Wild and make it better.
Yeah.
It's redonkulous, absolutely redonkulous, that game. So yeah, that's my number one.
Cool. Ty, what do you got at number one, man?
Actually, Advance Wars Reboot Camp.
Nice.
Yep. So I mean, like all the other games I played for hundreds of hours either came out like last year or are not on Switch.
Right, like these
But
games.
I've been
Yeah, sure.
yeah, but I'm like getting more and more into Advance Wars as I play it. Like I've played, I did like everything in the game like back in the day.
Okay.
And I'm probably gonna do it again. Let's go.
Yeah.
I love this funny video game.
Nice.
Yep. And like I don't know if I would tell everyone to go out and buy it for like $60, but it's really good.
Yeah. Okay.
Like so for me it's worth it. I know everyone's not the biggest Advance Wars fan, but I am. The game slaps.
Yeah.
So that's my number one. I like it so much I ordered this t-shirt online.
Ooh, what do we got here?
Nice.
I got Join Orange Star.
Nice. Where'd you get the shirt from?
Oh, it was a sale that was listed on the Wario Twitter. It wasn't Teespring, it's like T-Source or something.
Okay.
And they actually shipped these out from Australia,
Okay.
of all places. So yeah, I got like a whole stack of shirts actually.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a Bone Storm shirt.
Okay.
Links in the description below. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. Not hashtag not sponsored. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Not yet.
But right, I just wanted to rep Advance Wars tonight. That's what we're doing.
All right. Awesome, man.
Playing the game. Doing war crimes out here.
Exactly.
Right.
The
war is over.
For my number.
No,
for my number one, pretty much the same as JC. Yeah, I was playing the hell out of Tears of the Kingdom this year as well. Yeah. Again, I know we talked about it a lot on the show, so I'll kind of keep this a little bit brief. But yeah, it really is amazing, like James said, that Nintendo somehow exceeded what they did with Breath of the Wild, and still make the old Hyrule that they made from that game still feel fresh. That was pretty awesome. And yeah, it's cool too, because you think, oh my God, this, Breath of the Wild's kind of it's a challenging game. And if you haven't played it for a while, it starts out to be a little bit tough. But once you get back into it, like when you're starting Tears of the Kingdom, you're like, okay, boom, I know how to do all this stuff again. And then you just kind of you just keep going. So yeah. And for me, that was 120 hours for that one.
All right.
I believe maybe a little bit more.
Barely finished the tutorial there.
Yeah, I mean, I had not. There's so much stuff that I still could do in the game, but I had to move on to maybe talk about something else on the show or whatever. But yeah,
the first 80 hours is a good kind of tutorial for the
right
for the succeeding 120 hours.
Right.
So, yeah.
And before we get to like maybe your honorable mentions, stuff like that, I wanted to read out the top 5 for all of the patrons that did go ahead and actually submit their times. And I just want to give a special shout out to Russ, Lemonade, Rich, James Allen, Chris, aka Balls, and John Cario. Thank you guys for submitting these. And just going down the list here, it's kind of an odd hodgepodge of things. It's an interesting one too. Number 5 was Starfield, which comes in at 51 hours. So of everybody that submitted stuff from the patrons, 51 hours of that.
I see.
Has reached number 5. The next for number 4 was Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line. And pretty much the same hour count as me. That's at 60 hours.
How many people is that?
You can do the math. How many I just said?
60 between 60, 3 patrons? Or?
Yes. Just a handful of folks that were generous enough to submit some stuff for us. From here, the hours start getting a little bit crazy. So coming in at number 3 was Tetris Effect Connected at 95 hours.
Okay. The Switch version came out this year?
Yes. Apparently so. So
interesting.
I trusted John Cario on that one. So And number 2, and I can guarantee you this was not Ty, but Street Fighter 6, 360 hours played.
Right. I have like more than that by myself, I think.
I know, exactly. So scrub numbers, get good. And number 1 is Tears of the Kingdom, with the stuff that you guys had submitted. 495 hours is the amount of time that you guys have played.
So like not many people played Mario, I guess. Or like,
well, I mean, it's not. Some people did. It's just not as long of a game, right?
Right. You can complete it in like 15 hours, probably, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, compared to things like Street Fighter or Zelda, those just add up. I think so. Yeah, Starfield too.
Okay. So Mario's probably hovering around the 6 or 7 mark, depending on the hours.
Yeah, I had all that added up. I'd have to double check it, but yeah. So there's that. But before we go ahead and close out this section, were there any other honorable mentions you guys had? Old games, like non-2023 games that you had played? Just like 1 or 2 or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Diablo 2, 500 plus hours. Zomboid, 500 plus hours.
Okay.
Dead by Daylight, 500 plus hours.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
JC, how about you?
So Splatoon 3, which was my game of the year last year, well, I had 150 hours, which got it to my number 1 last year. So I put in, now it's gone up to 245 hours.
Okay.
So what's that, like 145 hours this year alone? But that's only for the first half of the year. When did Zelda come out?
May.
Okay, so for the first 4 months, I put in 150 hours of Splatoon 3. So yeah,
damn.
Yeah, because it got lots of kind of really cool updates. Like I kind of kept up with the those catalogs. Yeah, the season catalogs, and if you level up, you get clothes and gear and stuff like that, and all sorts of goodies. So yeah, I kept up with that all through that until that season. Then Mario Kart 8 obviously got a lot of DLC this year, so that's gone up to 60 hours. I don't know what it was last year. Maybe it was around about 40 or something.
Damn. Okay.
I can't remember. And then I didn't look at the hour count, but I played Kurukuri for the GBA.
Mm-hmm.
That was I think that came out this year on GBA, Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter, right? Because these are like #old game.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean,
yeah. So Kurukurin, and then new Super Lucky's Tale I played for a little bit as well. That's I think I talked about that on the show before.
Yep.
The cute squirrel 3D platformer.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about you, Danny?
Yeah, for me, man, at the beginning of the year, a lot of Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion that came out late last year, and I played it. Maybe I didn't play so much at the end of last year. I played a lot more at the beginning of this year. I think total 35 hours, so that was a lot of fun. Like that. Banjo-Kazooie on the N64 app. I played about 10 hours last year and then about 10 hours this year in January or so. Another great game. And Tetris 99 throughout the year. A couple of different events. Probably put in around 8 hours or something, according to my estimation. But yeah, so cool. Well, I think that is going to do it for our top 5. But before we move on to the next section, with Link being such a hardworking guy, not only trying to bring peace to Hyrule, but also helping out the little folks, the guys that this guy probably has to have some kind of a major thirst throughout the day. Am I wrong? So, and honestly,
this sounds like an ad read.
I think a guy like that would undoubtedly reach for the coffee of the working people. And of course, yes, I'm talking about Boss Coffee, like this new legendary Prelude coffee made with Ethiopian coffee beans and from the birthplace of coffee itself. This awesome drink's powerful taste will inspire you, like Link, to take that first step. Boss, Densetsu no Josho, available now.
Just eat my popcorn listening to this.
Good. Let's move on. So, next up, Ty,
Yes.
You want to bring up the next award?
Yes. The pleasant surprises, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I love pleasant surprises. Sometimes they happen. Sometimes good things happen.
Exactly.
in this dystopian hell world. Oh yeah, we got some items here. So cool surprises. F-Zero 99. That was a surprise. That just kind of popped into existence with no warning.
Right.
Yep.
Kind of nice. Yeah. What else? Oh, just the other week, Sega announced a whole bunch of reboots of like all their good franchises,
Yeah.
like Jet Set Radio, Shinobi, Crazy Taxi, Streets of Rage, and Golden Axe, and most importantly, not Sonic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so
Good point.
that was my little submission there. Paper Mario Thousand Year Door remake.
Mhm.
Yep. Here's a contentious one: Mario movie being good.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, shout out to Lemonade for submitting these,
Mhm.
and also James Allen. What else? Another Code Recollection.
I think
Yes, that's the
Recollection.
thing.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming out like late January or late February. One of those two, I forgot. But yeah, totally.
Oh,
That-
and there's more stuff like on the screen in front of me. Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's see. Finally playing N64 Paper Mario. Nice.
Okay.
Danny's house. Yes, he
Yes.
has a house.
Yes.
Shit is crazy, man.
Yes.
Let's see. Game Boy and GBA online on Switch. That's a thing.
Mhm.
Quake 2 working really well online.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I mean, that's a good way to do a multi-platform game. You just have like a 4-digit code. It's good enough,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's also what Brawlhalla did, and it makes things really easy when you're trying to herd a bunch of cats into one lobby.
Exactly. So yeah, like Ty said, there were definitely a lot of like really cool surprises, announcements, game releases, and all that type of stuff that came out this year. Yeah, I'm wondering. So, what do you guys think? What is your number one, or what are you thinking here?
Number one. So we're doing like putting our initials with a 1 and a 2 or whatever.
Yeah,
Easy.
basically like that.
So my number one is probably going to be F-Zero,
Okay.
which is wild, and number two is going to be Game Boy. I
Okay.
mean, Game Boy was rumored for so long. I mean, I think maybe last year it was kind of like we predicted it or wanted it. I can't remember.
It's been rumored to be coming for a long time.
Like
maybe
somebody
a couple of years.
somebody leaked that it was coming out, but that was like literally like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
It didn't happen, right?
Yeah. So
That was really annoying. And then it did come out finally.
exactly.
All right.
Okay.
Game
What
Boy
do we got?
F-Zero for me.
Let's see. For me, I don't know. I'm kind of torn between F-Zero and Sega reboot announcements.
Okay.
Because oh man, we've been so desperate for like Crazy Taxi, and
Yeah.
I would have gone for that one if they'd announced Sega Rally, but they didn't.
yeah,
Aha.
they did say and more.
Yeah, exactly.
They did.
So who knows? Sega Rally.
I can miss it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm also tempted to say F-Zero, so I don't know. I'll just go with mine because I submitted it.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
a really big ego, but I'll go F-Zero if it needs to be a tiebreaker.
Okay. Well, if you're still kind of thinking on it, Ty, I'll go ahead and
Yeah.
just say mine. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with F-Zero as the best surprise for me. I thought it was just awesome and just great to see the game finally have life again.
Right.
And yeah, I think for me, the runner-up would be, this is kind of like more really Famicast related, especially people that play
Your
games.
house?
My house. No, that being Quake 2 working really well for game night, because that was awesome. I did not expect it to do so, to perform so well. I should have known better. But yeah, that was freaking awesome. So
Because it wasn't made by Nintendo.
yeah, pretty much.
True. Like they were doing online play in the 90s, so there you go.
Yeah.
That
Cool.
shit work on dial-up.
Yeah.
So looks like it's a lock for F-Zero winning it.
Yep.
So the runner-up is to be decided.
Okay.
Right.
What's
Right.
your
Can I get it?
second option, Danny?
The Quake 2 working really well.
Okay. And I'm Game Boy, and I guess Ty is also going for the Quake.
No, I was going for Sega, but
Oh, okay.
I mean, if I could play Kingmaker here, I'll just go for Quake.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. I've got nothing against that.
Okay.
You
All right,
guys
cool.
look
Let's go.
like you guys had fun. So
Yeah.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
They're good dogs, Brent.
and also just to encourage more, cross-play, good online games to come out. So if it gets a Fammies nomination, I mean, it's bound to change something across the whole industry, right?
Right. Exactly.
People watch this, people listen. I mean, the amount of games we've made come out, right?
with our mind powers.
Exactly.
Quake sweep. It's coming, baby.
Quake.
Four runner up.
For on Earth, yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Nice. Cool.
Right.
Well, it's settled then. The pleasant surprise of the year is F-Zero 99, with the runner-up being basically the online performance of Quake 2. So that's awesome.
Yes,
Nice.
the sheer convenience is so good, and like there's a lot of host settings you can play with too. It's just they just nailed it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the next award. And JC.
Nice. Oh, cool. I get this one. Disappointment of the year.
Figured this would be up your alley.
Oh, yeah. Is there a graphic for this one, Danny?
Yep, I got one. I'll get it pulled up here in a minute.
Okay. So we have AEW Fight Forever. Wait, wasn't that Danny's most played game?
It was on the list. It doesn't mean I liked it. It doesn't mean I was happy with it. Let's just say that.
And to bring balance to the force, the Mario movie was on the pleasant surprise and the disappointment of the year.
Nice.
Nintendo's new dumb tournament guidelines. Danny, why did you add that one?
Yes, it's so fair and good.
Redfall on Xbox. That was nominated by Russ. I have no idea what that game is.
It's a shooter that came out first party. It was just a mess.
Cool. No one wants to come on Famicast friend codes with Russ. Okay, that's the Patreon podcast. Like when I say the Patreon podcast, I mean the podcast with the patrons on it, done by the patrons.
Yes.
Tears of the Kingdom. Okay, I think I know who put that on.
Yeah.
No special products / merch for Game & Watch, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Overwatch 2 cancelling the PvE, the actual reason it became a sequel in the first place, nominated by John Cario. So, wow, okay, what a wild random list this is.
Right.
Well, obviously, my nomination is the Mario movie. I thought it
AEW
was,
Fight Forever. Got it. Put that down for JC.
I mean, I was like cautiously optimistic with the Mario movie. Like, with the Illumination, I was like, okay, this could go either way. It could be like the Minions, or it could be, something good. And it turns out it wasn't even as good as the Minions.
Okay.
Because the Minions is actually a funny movie if you watch it. But this did not even hit Minions level of comedy. It was a very good showcase for Mario references. And, nerds that grew up with Mario go, oh, it's that thing. Oh, it's also that thing. Oh, it's got that thing. But as a movie, it was absolutely god-awful.
Okay. I don't think you even went that far earlier, James, like when the movie actually came out. I don't think it's god-awful. I don't think it's a cinematic masterpiece. It's just a popcorn munching flick with Mario. It's not really much different from the games.
Yeah. Oh, please play me another 1980s pop song at the wildly inappropriate moment. Yeah, great. Thanks.
I can't defend that.
Right. I think
I
that
mean,
was meddling. We gotta wait for the director's cut.
Yeah, that type of
Yeah,
stuff,
that's true, actually, yeah.
decisions by, suits and stuff like that. That stuff aside,
Hmm.
I don't have any problem with the movie. I think it was fine.
Yeah,
It's a
I
fun
think
movie.
we found out a lot of that information later, maybe after
Yeah.
I talked about it, like how the soundtrack does exist and it doesn't have any of those pop songs on it, and
Yeah.
there is a full soundtrack available that they didn't use. So yeah, that's my nomination.
Even then,
Oh,
I didn't.
Lemonade.
Yeah, Lemonade said too. The licensed music was the only part he didn't like. Some of the songs I don't mind. Some of the songs like okay, whatever. But it would have been cool just to hear Koji Kondo's like what he wanted to do with it, because I'm pretty sure that's who they had do most of those songs, right?
Yeah, that was only one part of it that I didn't like. I also just thought the story was garbage, and I thought some of the characters didn't work, and the really kind of inappropriate dialogue that didn't work, and it was a total mess. Like the script was horrible. Like the story was like whatever.
I think that's extremely true. I'm kind of guessing maybe in a sense like their hands are tied, and like I get the sense that they're just trying to make a movie just to like have a basis to like build a bigger franchise off of.
Yeah.
So we're I think in the future we're gonna see some spin-off movies. We're gonna see another Mario. We're gonna see a Donkey Kong movie and maybe something else. So I suspect we're gonna see a whole series.
Well, with the Donkey Kong theme park thing opening up, right? That would make a lot of sense.
Right.
Yeah, like the the voices as well. I mean, how have we talked about it for 10 minutes and not mentioned the voices? Like Chris Pratt. I mean, Jesus Christ, the Donkey Kong guy, whoever what was his name.
Yeah.
Normal voice. He just uses his normal voice that is famous for doing things that are not appropriate for children. What's that guy's name? I forgot now. The guy who's like a stoner. He's in all the stoner films. That guy.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Seth
What's his
Rogen?
name? Yeah.
Seth Rogen. So yeah, get Seth Rogen to do a Seth Rogen voice.
It's not like the kids know, like kids probably even know about
Right.
movies that he starred in, like 15 or
Right.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I gotta admit, I did kind of like that casting choice a little bit. I don't know, maybe not so much Chris Pratt, but I did kind of like Seth Rogen as DK.
I'll go on the record again. I didn't mind Chris Pratt. I didn't mind any of the voice cast, really. I thought it was fine. I don't know. I think you guys are being a little bit too nitpicky. Like, I don't
All
know. Whatever, man. Like, everybody
what's your
has entitled.
Danny? What's your number one?
Of this list? Probably that stupid, tournament guideline thing that Nintendo did. It sounded kind of dumb. And I remember being kind of upset, not upset, just like, wow, that's stupid. Why are they doing this? Like at the time. But
I was joking when I said, "Oh, Danny, you put that on the list." But I know it was
did
Ty,
not.
but like
I did not.
Yeah. As for me, I'm tempted to say Giancarlo's Overwatch 2 canceling PvE because like so many people are mad about that. But like I long since done with Overwatch, so I don't really care.
Right, you don't care. It's not a disappointment if you didn't care in the first place, right?
True. Yeah, so I am also gonna go with the dumb tournament guidelines.
Okay.
So that was just disappointing because like Nintendo seemed to be doing better with that kind of stuff, and then
they're very insane about it. Like they'll do an esports thing, then they'll turn against it, then they'll flip back, and it just seems really uncoordinated and also kind of insane.
Yeah.
And also they want people to fill out forms for the like high school charity Smash Brothers tournaments.
Yeah.
No
like, hey,
fucking
I'm part of the video game club at my junior high school. Oh yes, please fill out some paperwork so that you can play your game in a tournament or something. It's kind of silly.
Nope.
So Danny, why did you put the wrestling game on there when you played it so much?
there was a lot of things that they said they were going to do and they just didn't do, or just it's like I said, it's kind of buggy, which is why it's kind of disappointing. It still can be fun, but it's just full of bugs and it could be better.
What's the no special product / merch thing about?
Like Game and Watch, like that type of stuff for the past couple of years. Maybe Nintendo didn't really do too much last year, but like 2021, 2020, they had like, the Game and Watches that came out. There hasn't been a whole bunch of that type of stuff that came out this year, which I can understand. That is a little bit disappointing too.
Didn't we have like the Zelda Splatoon collaboration shirts and the jacket?
Yeah, but that's not like a thing. You know what I mean? Like that's a shirt.
Okay, you mean?
That's why I think that, because James Allen had put that down, and he specifically said, like, as an example, like the Game and Watch and stuff like that.
Yeah, I went to the Nintendo store like last month, and there was just so much stuff there. Like, didn't seem like there was a lack of merchandise. Well, if like, anything, there's more than ever.
Maybe like new little goodies, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go for Mario movie for number 1, and then the dumb tournament guidelines, whatever, as a runner-up. I'll be fine with that.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then dumb tournament guidelines is going to go ahead and win as the disappointment of the
Wait. No, that was like my number 2.
Okay. Well, Ty said that was his number 1.
Oh, yes. Okay, I thought you said Mario was number 1.
Did you mute me again?
Did I? Don't think so.
No, I'm just messing with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
me and Danny said dumb tournament guidelines, so there we go.
Okay. And Mario's the runner-up?
Oh, sure. Fine,
sure.
I guess.
I guess it has. So, Ty, what was your number 2?
I didn't say a number 2, but yeah, I'll go for that.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, well.
Right. Who are we to play God?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So there it is. Disappointment of the year. According to the panel, Nintendo's dumb tournament guidelines, followed by the runner-up, the Mario movie.
Well, at least it gets a mention.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the next award. And this one's going to be the TGS Game of the Year. So obviously we went to TGS again this year. It was the first time that they've had the show basically properly, like proper in a pretty long time. Sorry, I'm going through like 15 windows here at the same time.
Well, 2019 it happened, right?
Yeah. But yeah, that was the last like full show. And then, in 2022 they had like a abridged version of TGS, but this year full open to the public, full numbers and stuff like that. I had the numbers somewhere. I put up an article on the website so you can see all that stuff. But pretty comparable to like 2019 numbers and stuff like that in terms of people that came, which is pretty cool. It was cool just to see things just kind of getting back semi-normal with that. But yeah, in terms of what we have here for options, so kind of a shorter list here, but yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, aptly named, Macross Shooting Insight, Tekken 8, and is that an 8 or a 6? God.
That's an 8.
Thank you. Sorry. And then Deca Police. So I know I played all of these games. Some of you guys, James, we played like different stuff at the show. So Ty, especially you, if there's anything else that you thought was cool that wasn't on this list, definitely feel free to say.
I do want to say Trigger Hard Excelica, like the 20-year-old shmup game.
Yeah.
But it would be like me just yelling football in the groin. So I'm fine with this list.
Okay.
Maybe WrestleQuest, but I haven't even bought that yet. But
okay, was that this year that came out?
Yeah.
Was at TGS this year?
Yeah.
It came out last year. Was it last year's TGS, I think?
I thought it was 22.
Yeah,
really?
2022, yeah.
I thought we
I
played
think
it
it's
this
out
year.
now.
Yeah, it's out now.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
maybe
so,
it was.
so Ty's thinking like games we initially saw at TGS, but now are playing?
Really? Did we
Is
really
that what
say it
you
last
mean?
year? It feels like this year. Maybe I'm just having a brain fart. Was it
No.
last year?
Yeah, it was last year because I remember all three of us like were there at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that didn't happen this
you're
year.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, now I remember.
Okay. I was thinking I was going crazy for a second. I was like, oh my God. I'm glad it's you that's going crazy, not me, I suppose.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that game has been on my mind because it recently went up on sale and think about buying it like
That's awesome.
very soon. But yeah.
So Danny, remind me, what's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? What is that?
So,
second
you know, the
part
Final
of the
Fantasy
seven?
Final Fantasy VII had a remake that came out in 2020, completely redone visuals, battle system, and stuff like that. This is the second entry into that series. That huge booth that they had at the show, James, like 100 demo stations, the motorcycle, like all that stuff. You
Ah,
remember?
yes. Right. They
Yeah,
had
really.
like a model, didn't they? Like a
Yeah. Kick-ass.
model city or something like that.
What's that?
It was a model city or something like that. I can't
That
remember.
one is for like Final Fantasy 14,
Okay.
which is like right next to it, to be fair. But
Well, I think going by booths, I think the Metal Gear Solid one was amazing. Like
True.
Sure.
It was so good. Like the music and the guards and everything and the cardboard boxes. It was like, oh man, it was an experience. Yeah, I don't know if the game's any good. Like,
oh,
I mean, the original games are good, but I don't know if the remake's good. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not. They're really more like ports, so I assume
Yeah.
they're fine. I haven't heard anybody complaining about bugs or anything. So
yeah, there were some
Yeah.
complaints, I think, at first when they were saying it wasn't going to be like 60 frames a second. I'm trying to remember the whole discourse with
Yeah,
that. It's been a couple
we
months
had a
now.
whole talk about that on the show. I think.
Yeah. But I mean, it was fine. And yeah, I think just based on the booth alone, that was a really fun booth just to kind of hang around at. And the Switch line filled up super fast. Like both days that I went to the show, I got to get in pretty quickly because that's the first place I went. Got to play the game in handheld mode, which is kind of cool. I mean, I think the better game, like it's at the show, was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Great action, great graphics. And just again, they Square Enix really killed it with the booth. Like literally 100, people cycling in and out every 25 minutes or something. It's pretty crazy. But so I think just based on like this, I think my number one is going to be the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1, kind of based on the booth and the game being, not bad. And then my number two is going to be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Cool.
James?
I just want to know about Tekken 8. I'm assuming Ty played it.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Danny, did you say you played it too?
I did not play it. I think you kicked Genki's ass and like
True.
I was around or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was fun. There was nothing too special about it at that time because I think they only had like 6 characters in it. And
Okay.
like since then they've like revealed like a pretty massive cast.
Okay.
So yeah. So I mean, like the game itself is great. It's probably one of the best games on this list. But as for the actual show presence, if that's what we're evaluating this on, it was just
Sure.
average.
Okay.
It was nice to have like a very short wait time for that
Mm-hmm.
compared to like multiple hours for the other shit. That's
Yeah.
the TGS experience.
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, Deca Police, it was cool-ish, but like it took a long time to get there and it just felt incomplete. And thankfully, I mean, the game has been pushed back from its original 2023 release date. Level 5 still kind of cooking that one up. Has potential, but I don't think it was one of the best. But
yeah, I have no opinion on the second one, so I've only got Metal Gear.
Okay.
And
Yeah, like I think for show presence, like Metal Gear wins free.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And then number 2, I'll let you guys fight over number 2.
Ty.
Well,
what do you
they
think?
did have that cool panda statue for Tekken 8. That was pretty good.
They did.
Yep. That's
And
how
again,
they
I mean-
revealed the character.
Yeah. There's
Yep.
that. All right.
Panda statue.
I'll give it to you, man. We can do Tekken 8 for the runner-up there.
Okay.
It's cool. Like I said, I mean, yeah, Final Fantasy was great too. I mean, all these games I had some amount of fun with playing.
Yeah,
so, like,
Macross was like super fun to play.
yeah, man, like Macross, that was cool. Like, I'm really excited to kind of see where that goes. It's kind of a pity. And again, this is the Macross game. It was just a top-down shooter. Maybe it was both ways. You could do like
Yeah, it changed modes like as you played.
horizontal and vertical, and then kind of like a little bit more open range type of thing. It was really
Like
cool.
a boxed in kind of area. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun for sure.
Yeah, that comes out in January, so maybe I'll check it out and talk about it. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But all right,
Danny, before we move on, I just realized we've been forgetting something.
What's that?
Just to briefly mention the previous winners.
Okay.
I always forget that as well.
Okay.
So what was the first one? The pleasant surprise of the year last year was TGS is back, and Fall Guys working really well. That was the for game night. That was a runner-up. Disappointment of the year was the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
Okay.
/ Advanced Wars being cancelled.
Right.
Equally bad, right?
Yes.
Right.
And
definitely equivalencies to be made.
Yeah. And the Bayonetta voice actress Shenanigans was the runner-up.
Yep.
And then TGS Game of the Year for last year was the ironically AEW Fight Forever.
Yep.
And Dragon Ball Breakers. The Breakers was the runner-up.
Mm-hmm.
So
thank you. I think I saw that, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to say it, and then I forgot again.
It's okay. We'll remember from now on. Yeah,
we'll see. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you have it. Again, the TGS 2023 Game of the Year, according to us on a variety of random criteria, is Metal Gear Solid: The Master Collection Volume 1, with the runner-up being Tekken 8. But before we move on to the next topic, I want to ask you guys a serious question here. So, like, do you eat curry and you ever just think like, man, I really don't want to deal with the mess?
What is going on?
Well, let me tell you what. Nintendo and Japanese crisp maker or chip maker Yamazaki biscuits, they've got you covered with the Super Mario Brothers Wonder Chip Star Wonder flavor. Now, this tastes mostly kind of like a bland potato chip, but I'll tell you what, it does have a hint of curry, and it's purple. Perfect for those midday cravings.
Wow.
Chip Star, the fresh maker.
I can't believe how these amazing sponsors we get in this episode. It's amazing.
It's
Big
pretty
brands.
uncanny. But
I can't believe we're getting sponsored after I said all those slurs.
let's
I, for one, welcome our new Chip Star overlords.
there it is. Let's move on to the next one. And Ty, you're up, buddy.
Yeah, brother. Okay, so this category, this good old recurring category, the game we need to play more next year of the year.
Great category.
So, yeah. So, like, you know, when you're on the grind and you need to play 1,000 hours of like 3 different video games, like I do. Like,
Yes.
some of these other games, they fall to the wayside. It's like, okay, I guess I'll play it more next year. And like, we have a whole list of them from our patrons and ourselves. So let me go
Ty,
down the list.
what was the winner last year?
Last year, let's see, we had Splatoon 3 and Skullgirls.
Well, yeah. I
I
definitely came.
I don't remember the conversation leading into that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't Skullgirls like 5 years old at this point? Like,
Yeah, what was the yeah, oh my god. Okay.
Skullgirls is like 13 years old. But
is it
Maybe-
because the Switch version came out?
No, I think
Like-
Cyrus
it's-
infiltrated the episode and made us say it.
Oh,
yeah. Well,
that's what
no,
it was.
it's that game got like new characters. It had like a new season pass with like 5 new characters.
Or that.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, it got stuff. It got new stuff.
Okay.
Well,
It's kind of funny because like the base game is like $3 to buy on sale, and then the pass is like $20 or more.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Well, I definitely kept up my end of the bargain with Splatoon 3 by putting
Okay.
yet another 150 hours in. Yeah.
That's
all
all.
right, so let's get on the list.
Let's do
Number 1, Vampire Survivors.
Yes.
I put that down. Like like you were talking about on Game Pass. I'm like, yeah, it's like so many people I know have been talking about this game. I'll just install it and play it later, and I haven't played it yet.
Do it.
All right. And WrestleQuest, I was just talking about that.
Hmm.
So it's a very funny, cheeky RPG game, which I'm interested in, and I bet I'm trying to lure Danny into it because it's wrestling as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It does look cool. I mean, it does, and maybe I'll bite eventually.
Right. Like, I don't know. I just want a new Barkley Gaiden, basically. It's like
Sure.
I get that vibe when I see this game.
Sure.
All right. What's next? Detective Pikachu Returns.
Mm.
Shout out to Lemonade for submitting this one.
Mhm.
Okay. Mario RPG. Yeah, hey. That's out. That's a real game.
Yo.
Yep. What's next? Mario Wonder. Oh yeah, both Russ and Balls submitted this.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean that pretty recently came out, and I can imagine, it's on a lot of people's do list,
Sure. Sure.
especially since you guys have been talking it up so much.
Sure. We are the reason.
Let's go.
Not really.
Valkyria Chronicles 4 by Rich. Okay, that's a deep cut. I like it. They made 4 of these games?
Yeah, I was thinking, like,
Damn.
wait a second, wasn't 4 already out? Okay, I'm just man. Some of these series get confusing. That's for sure.
All right. Is this an old game? Did we not fact check these?
No, if Rich submitted it, it is probably from like 5 years ago, but he just
Okay.
telling himself to play it probably.
It could be.
Like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? Play more video games in general? I should have such problems. Shout out to James Giancario for tagging that one. And of course, Tears of the Kingdom. Can never play this game enough, apparently.
Right.
I can't believe Balls.
Thingamajigs to build.
Yeah.
I can't believe Balls put his name down for playing more Tears of the Kingdom. The dude put in like 300 hours this year?
Yeah.
It was like ridiculous, right?
300. Yeah. That's
Almost
what he said.
everything.
Yeah. Here he goes. He said, "Hey, putting another 400 into Tears of the Kingdom in
400,
2024. Let's go, baby."
Post your best thingamajigs.
Yeah.
Man.
I guess is it the armor Balls? Is that what you're going after now? Is like upgrading all the armor to like 3 stars or whatever it is?
Basically, not going after Ganon is what he's doing.
Right. Oh, he hasn't meeting Ganon yet. He's saving.
At least I think that's what he said at one point. So yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's like blue balling himself.
Yeah. Well, it's in his name.
There you go. Yeah, I think I'd have to put my name down for playing more video games in general.
Okay.
I didn't play that many different games this year. So name down for that. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, Detective Pikachu looks interesting, but I don't have it. Mario RPG, I mean, it's a game that, has got a long and, traumatic history with me, obviously, as a European.
Right.
I always had to call out Nintendo UK when they do their tweets about, oh, let's play the Super Nintendo Classic now on the Switch. It's like, fuck you, man. Fuck you. You cannot say that with a straight face.
Triggered.
So
Wow.
I tweeted it. I replied to that tweet by, well, not tweet. Tweet. I think it was a tweet.
Zeet.
Yeah. I refuse to call it the other thing. But like
post.
the European version of Mario RPG and just have a black screen.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah. Anyway.
Ball said he's going for the monster medals in Tears of the Kingdom. That's what's taken him so long, but he has not beaten the game yet.
I don't even know what the monster models are.
I'm trying to remember, God, but okay. Well, I think, for me, Mario RPG has kind of fallen by the wayside with some other stuff I'm like working on, for the YouTube channel and stuff.
Can I nominate like games that you guys should play more next year?
That's
Is
fine.
that allowed?
Yeah, dude, whatever. I mean, hey, it's your vote. You can do based on whatever criteria you want, really.
So I want Ty to play Vampire Survivors, and I want Danny to play Mario RPG.
Okay.
Yeah, in that list, that's the one I want to play the most.
There you go.
Okay.
I nearly did the other night, but I got sidetracked actually.
Okay. So Ty, your number one is going to be Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
And
but Ty, you got some like dual screening action you can do, right? It's not a game that you just need like one screen. You need to be doing something else at the same time.
Yeah.
So like, I would say, but play on the Switch so you don't have to use up your Xbox time. Like it's something that you kind of do as well as playing Killer Instinct.
Oh, okay. Like something I can do in between
Yeah.
matches on nothing. Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
well,
thought I literally don't know how to play this game. I thought it was like a Robotron kind of thing. Like
no,
what the
dude,
fuck
it's
is
like
going
you're
on in this
literally
game?
just pushing the stick. and
Yeah, it's
collecting.
very passive. So yeah.
Like
Oh, okay. Yeah.
auto
So maybe I'll do
attacks.
that.
When you're trying to matchmake on Killer Instinct, just like put the Switch on your lap and just play Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
Okay.
like,
Yeah. Maybe I'll
or
do that.
It's literally
two,
400 yen on the
play
Switch.
it on
so-
Xbox Cloud Gaming on your phone.
No, don't do that.
Yeah.
Now, proud sponsor of the Famicast. No.
My data, it's all gone. All right. So yeah,
So-
that's Vampire Survivors for me.
Cool.
Okay.
And Danny, you Mario?
Yeah, my number one's going to be Mario RPG, and oh man, I really want to do some of the special levels in Mario Wonder. So for now, that's going to be my number two.
Oh man, you mean the special world?
Yeah, I played through some of them. I have to find out where or how to get into some of the other few of them.
Jesus Christ. I've seen some clips of the final level,
Okay.
and it just like it beggars belief. Like I'm kind of looking forward to it / fearing that.
See, there was one that I played that I'd seen, I think, at one point in a video. And I was like, okay. And then I played it, and it wasn't the final one, but it was pretty tricky, like timing based stuff. But most of the other stuff, most of the other stuff hasn't been too bad. It's like, this is challenging, but it's fun. It's fair.
Nah.
Okay. I haven't seen all, I've actively
The
avoided
last one, man.
looking at that. Probably what you're talking about. So.
Yeah, I mean, the special worlds in Mario World, for example, on the Super Nintendo, I mean, they look piss easy compared to the the last one. It's ridiculous.
All right.
It's like, you know the badge system?
Yeah.
Like, how about changing the badge like 20 times in one stage?
No, I did read about that. Sounds
Okay.
Yeah.
Try doing that on one life. Good luck.
Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, maybe I'll call it a quit. Okay. James, your number one was play more video games in general.
Yep.
Do you have a number two?
Well, I guess my number two is which one I want you or Ty to play, right?
At the same time?
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Well, let's say my number two is Ty to play Vampire Survivors.
Okay. Well,
if that's allowed, if that's legal.
Well, that's fine, because that'll just be your number two, and that will make it so Vampire Survivors is going to win.
Yay.
Oh, really? Okay. Cool.
And
Works
then
for me.
there will be a tie right now with Mario RPG and play more video games in general. Ty, you are the tie breaker, ironically, with your second vote.
Well, I'm not super interested in Mario RPG because it looks like it plays exactly the same as the Super Nintendo originals.
Yes.
And I know that really well. So like,
yes.
I don't think I would get much of a kick out of it. So I'm gonna go with play more video games in general.
Okay.
As if I have such problems.
Right.
Everyone except you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always a good idea. You can always play more.
Okay, well, actually, that's going to make it so for Vampire Survivors and play more video games in general is also a tie. So I'll go ahead and move Mario Wonder from my second place to play more video games in general. And that'll make number 1 Vampire Survivors for we played a bit this year, but need to play more over the holidays and or into next year. That will be the winner of this category.
Cool.
Nice.
If that makes sense. If you're keeping
So
it at home.
Yeah.
Play more games of the year. We're just sending it out to the ether to everyone listening. Play more games next year, and also Vampire Survivors.
Yes. Cool. Well, that's another award in the bag. You're welcome. Whoever receives that, I don't know how that would work, but let's go ahead and get ready for the next one. Here we go.
That's good.
And next up, actually, JC. This is all you, baby.
That's right. This is the 6th award of the night. If you're just joining us, settle down. It is Indie Game of the Year.
Yes.
And last year's winner, see, I remember this time.
Good.
Was Curse to Golf was the winner.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the paid promotion last time from the creator.
Yes.
And the runner-up was Fire Girl Hack and Slash. Man, I remember that. Good times.
Yeah.
So the nominations this year are Vampire Survivors, Suika Game / Watermelon Game, Cocoon, that was nominated by Lemonade and Russ, Face Raiders, like a 3DS built-in game.
I'll talk about that in a second.
That's done by Balls, and then Lethal Company, nominated by John Courier. I haven't even heard of the last 3, unless Face Raiders is the 3DS one.
So, yes, it is. So
okay.
When I was putting some of this stuff together, I did ask some of the guys who had submitted this stuff. I was like, well, what is this? Especially if I couldn't find something. And I looked up, I was like, Face Raiders. And I was getting a lot of things, and I put like 2023. And I was getting a lot of things like the Buffalo Bills face the Raiders in week 3, or stuff like this. I was like, okay, that is not what I'm talking about. And then I just asked Balls directly. It's like, dude, what? And he's like, oh man, like him and his kid had been playing a lot of that recently this year. So he just put it on there as like a joke. I mean, hey man, like when people when like stuff like this is put on a list, it's kind of hard. Like if you're looking after it, is this a joke or is this like, being serious? It's kind of hard to know sometimes. But so I took that one off of the maybe the actual final list, but it was still on the agenda. Sorry about that, man.
Cocoon.
Yeah, I know several of you guys out there played it, namely Lemonade and Russ. And actually, Ty, do you know much about Cocoon?
No, actually, I don't.
Okay, yeah, that was one of my to-do things before we started the show, and I did not look at a trailer for the game. If you're in the chat and you have a short explanation of what this is, please sound up, let us know, or we'll just look it up ourselves. But
it's made by Jeppe Carlson, the lead gameplay designer of Inside and Limbo.
Okay.
It looks like a third. What do you call it? The camera angle is like, it's 3D, isometric. Yeah. It looks kind of visually very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I think I have it on Game Pass. I think I saw it on my dashboard.
Okay.
Yeah, very esoteric, kind of like solid colors and interesting. Kind of, is it like a shoot 'em up or an adventure game? I don't know. Not a shoot 'em up. I mean, like a shooter, isometric.
Right.
Top down shooter.
Not that, but yeah. Anyway, looks interesting. Lethal Company? What the hell's that?
Oh, that's the hot new meme game. It's not on Switch, so I don't know if that counts.
It's fine. It's gonna be fine. So
I played it. It's like the top game for funny YouTube clips. It's like a lot of good meme games. You play as a funny spaceman, and you go and you like pick up scrap on a planet, and it's like Phasmophobia, but
Oh.
sillier.
Okay, I'd seen clips of this. Okay, I
It's
know.
pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it like that Phasmophobia game that you talked about a couple
In
of
the
years
sense
ago?
that it's like co-op, and you try to do some stuff and not get too spooked by monsters,
Yeah.
but
For
it's much sillier.
for a
Okay.
second, I thought it was like High on Life. Do you remember that comedy
The
first-person
Rick
shooter?
and Morty
Yeah, the Rick and Morty
as
one.
first-person shooter. Yeah.
Yeah, for a
No, it's
second I
not
thought
like
it was
that at
that.
all.
Yeah, but it's not like that.
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
But I just mean like with the comedy weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
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 Well, I think you guys can probably guess my nomination.
Right. I
Vampire
mean,
Survivors.
yeah, for me, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Suika game, and I have a reason for this. Is it like the best game, like gameplay wise or something like that? No, but I think this game has had a lot of reach over this whole year, not just for hardcore gamers and stuff like that, but I think just like the gaming community as a whole. The game got so popular because of VTubers and stuff like that that it ended up selling millions on the Switch after basically being unnoticed for like 2 years. It got so popular that the company who just makes fucking projectors, they decided like, holy shit, let's do an international version of this game, release it, around the world, and then just boom, let's go. And the game sold like over 4 million units since. So I think, yeah.
I like how you insist on calling it Suika game when it did get translated into Watermelon game.
Even in English now, James.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. I got it, by the way. I bought it.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Well, I was talking about those 600 gold coins I had left over.
Right.
I put some of them towards Suika game as well. So I got like Vampire Survivors and Suika game for free, basically.
Sure. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, it's definitely not a game that's for everybody. That's for sure. Not everybody's going to dig it.
I played it and I was like, cool. And then
yeah,
stopped playing it. It's
I just
like,
think
well, that was a thing.
I just think the impact that it had this year is bigger than any of these other games
In Japan.
No, around the world, because it's like been on like pretty much the top charts consistently since it's came out in other countries too, not just Japan.
Okay. Yeah, I think Vampire Survivors has been around for a couple of years, actually. It's gone through several revisions on PC. But then I think it got like more popular when it went to mobile, and then again when it went to Switch. So I think the original PC one was like a little bit different, maybe a little bit jankier. So it's the version that exists now is like the best version.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Suika game it feels like almost barely a game.
I mean, no, I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it's the most aesthetically pleasing or technical game. No, it was literally like shovelware that they made for a projector, but I think it's fun. And millions of other people at least were duped into buying it. What they think about it is neither here nor there.
Me too. I bought it just as almost like comedy because my students were talking about it so much.
Yeah.
So, and then I bought it and they're like, "Oh, it's called Watermelon Game in English. Oh, that's cool."
Yeah.
Wow.
And like the weird thing, James, it was literally called Watermelon Game for like a day, and then they changed it to Suika Game.
Even the English one?
Yes. They did the English update, and then they changed it to Watermelon Game, and it's a stupid, weird thing. But
really, so if I load it up now, it'll go back to a Suika Game?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, I didn't check that. I'm gonna see
unless they change it since I played it like in the past couple of weeks. But yeah, a good explanation for Cocoon 2 from Lemonade is what he says too. Cocoon is a 2D Zelda-like puzzle game with amazing art, and there's almost no combat. Okay, that sounds actually kind of not very stressful. So, Ty, do you have a vote out of this very short list of games that you want as your
not really? Like my first instinct is to abstain from this one.
I mean, that's fine too.
All right. I mean, like if you guys land on probably either Vampire Survivors or Suika Game, I would back it up. But,
okay.
What are you leaning?
I mean, I'm Suika Game for number one, so that's me.
Hey, quick, Danny, put it on my screen. It's gonna change. It's gonna change. It's downloading now as Watermelon
Cool.
game. So when it finishes download, do you think it's gonna change this weekend?
It should.
Let's see.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Holy shit! It was
Nice.
right. It went to Suika game.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so glad we got that live.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Danny was right.
I did a news story months ago when that actually happened, and so weird. I mean, I get it. It's like, Nintendo using Wii, even though it's ridiculous in some regions, it's kind of using like a weird name like Suika. People don't know what that is outside of people in Japan. I mean, now they do, but you know what I mean? That's what I think. That's why I think they did it.
Oh, and to make it kind of
Mysterious, because watermelon games just sounds lame. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just boring. But
True.
like raspberry game or something like
yeah,
that. It's too just normal, isn't it?
yeah, exactly.
I get it.
Shout outs to I made a game with the zombies in it, being
Right?
the title of the video game.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, James.
So what are the nominations? Danny's going for Suika game. Ty is abstaining.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. My number one is Vampire Survivors. And then I don't know what the other three are. So by default, I would have to do Suika game as number 2.
Okay.
I'll go in for Suika game because it has produced some intensely funny VTuber clips.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. And Danny's putting his name down for a game he hasn't even played.
Yeah. I mean,
Brilliant.
yeah. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I'll put my number 2 down as Vampire Survivors because I mean it's fun. Nothing wrong with that.
It's
game.
annoying because there was probably like hundreds of really cool indie games that came out this year, but just like we haven't played them.
Sure. I mean,
we
dude.
don't know.
Yeah, like I'm sure one of them is going to be like my most played next year.
Right.
Right.
Like 700 hours in Scrimblow Bimblow.
Are there any games that you played this year which were like older but we haven't talked about it before?
That we haven't talked about?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like this game should have won Indie Game of the Year 3 years ago or something like that.
Let me turn on my Xbox and look.
Well, just to update who won this. So with the votes in, Suika Game is going to win Indie Game of the Year, followed very closely by Vampire Survivors with its release on the Switch.
Yeah.
This
I guess for mind share, if you want to use that word, I would have to agree. Like 2023 is year of the Suika game. So
yeah.
To be
and
fair.
like I said, I think it's just a weird, bizarre story of how it all came together too. Just wildly successful. Good for those guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Got my 300 yen or whatever it is. Is it 200 yen or 300 yen?
It's cheap, like 240 yen or something like that. It's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it on everything?
No, it's only on Switch and their projector. Like there are ripoffs that you can find, but the physics are kind of different. Like there's web-based versions and smartphone versions. They are not.
There is a web-based version. I saw one of my students playing it in my lesson.
It's not official.
Cheeky bastard.
Yeah, not official though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like even the company.
There is a game I want to talk up. It's Cleopatra Fortune.
Oh, right. Okay, so the honorable mention and maybe third place, Cleopatra Fortune for Indie Game of the Year.
This year or 5 years ago? Or 25 years ago?
Maybe 5 years ago. When did this shit come out? Oh my god.
I thought that was based on like a Super Nintendo game or something.
Yeah, like Super Nintendo era arcade. No, Saturn game.
Saturn, yeah. I mean, we talked.
Right.
Yeah, we talked.
Indie Game of the Year, 1995. Great.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the next award. All right, the next award here is actually has a bit of a long tongue twistery type of name, and of course, this is the best game of the... Okay, already messed it up. Best game that didn't get a mention last year because it released too late in 2022 of the year. I mean, this happens every year. There are games that release pretty late in the year. and then we miss out on talking about them just for we just don't have enough time to play them. And
yeah, it's the worst idea if you're a game publisher to release a game in December, because it's not going to be on anyone's top 10 games of the year list just by default.
Yeah.
So most people like wrap up their stuff at the beginning of December, like we're doing. So
right.
Yeah, why would you do that? But anyway, we got you back.
Yep. Yeah. Well, the games that have been put up here for nomination are Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, River City Girls 2, High on Life, it's a Nintendo game, Dragon Quest Treasures, Sports Story, Sail Forth, Melatonin via Lemonade, and Iron Lung via John Cario. Yeah, I mentioned earlier in the show, for me, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion was literally like a game that it came out late and I played earlier this year to completion. And it was fun, really fun. I really enjoyed that. That's going to definitely be my number one vote.
Not to be confused with the other Final Fantasy VII.
That's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. This is Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. Duh. Brilliant. It's easy, James.
Of course.
Yes.
I'm just having to Google melatonin.
Uh-huh.
That's I don't even know what kind of game this is. Very bizarre. Looks like a point and click adventure game, maybe? I don't know. Oh no, it's a music game. Yeah, and like kind of black and it's not black and white, it's like pastel colors, I think. Yeah, I think I remember Lemonade talking about that earlier in the year.
Yep, and he's the one that entered it in here too. So. And
Iron Lung by John Cario, I have absolutely no idea what that is. You have to be careful when you're Googling Iron Lung. Make sure you do Iron Lung game.
It's a spooky horror game.
Okay.
No.
Looks like classic Quake or something.
I mean, it looks like, but the whole thing is just like one room. You're in a submarine, and it's spooky.
Huh.
Interesting.
I mean, James Sailforth, that's the one that you played earlier, like way earlier.
Was that this year?
Yeah, Wind Wake. Well, that came out last year, and then you had a video.
Oh, sorry, yes. Right, I forgot the name of this award already. Last year.
Yeah.
The end of 2022. Yeah, it's like Wind Waker, but just the sailing bits. Yeah, it was fine, but yeah, no big deal. If you didn't play it last year, who cares? It's no big deal.
Yeah.
I think Ty, River City Girls 2, you played that?
No, I played the first one. I haven't played the second one yet.
Oh, okay. Well, because it came out too late last year and you forgot about it.
Sure. Yeah.
Forgot about it this year as well.
While you guys are thinking, I'll go ahead and read off last year's winner. So the 2021 game winner from the Fammies 2022 was Death Smiles 1 and 2, with the runner-up being Asteroids Recharged, which came out late 2021.
Yeah, like every year, usually I have something really good for this category, but I don't this year.
Yeah. I mean, there were some interesting games that came out at the end of last year. Like Sports Story it looked like it was going to be really cool, but then it was kind of like busted. This is the same guys that brought out like Golf Story. That's all I remember about the game. Like people just being mad because something about the game was busted. I don't even know if they fixed it. I mean, it's been like almost a year. I hope so.
I know. I should have said the Rumble Fish 2 Switch port released December 8th, 2022. Oh no, wait, that's that would work.
That counts.
Yeah, that counts.
So did you play the Rick and Morty game, Ty, the High on Life?
No.
Okay. For me, this did not interest me. Like, I'm not huge into Rick and Morty. I watched a few episodes and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
It is
that kind of has a slightly different tinge to it this year, doesn't it? After all that, shitty things that happened, and now it's voiced by sound alikes because the main guy is like a creep. So yeah. So I haven't played any of these except Sail Force, which I thought was okay. Dragon Quest Treasures. Did you play that one, Danny, or demo
No,
or anything?
No, I just put it on there because it was a pretty big game that came out at the end of last
Hmm.
year, but I didn't play it. I think it's probably a demo for it. I just
And
didn't
that's
bother.
based on the Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest 11, the one that I played.
Like a spin-off type of deal. Yeah.
Looks like that. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I would vote for maybe. Well, Melatonin looks cool, and Lemonade says because Nintendo are never going to make a new Rhythm Heaven. So
Yeah.
might as well play that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
that
gonna give
Advance. What was that Advance Wars game before Advance Wars remake came out? It was
Tiny
like,
Metal.
yeah,
Tiny
that
Metal.
one. It's like, oh, Nintendo are never going to remake Advance Wars. Might as well
Right.
play Tiny Metal. And that was true for like 5 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, pretty good
Yeah.
run.
Tiny Metal came out like really early in the Switch life, didn't it? Like first
Yeah.
year, maybe?
Yeah.
And now we're at the end of the Switch life, and it's Advance Wars only just came out. So
Yeah.
Yep.
6 years later.
Okay.
So,
well, again, I'm for my number 2. I'll go with Melatonin. It sounds cool. It looks cool too.
yeah. Is that on Switch?
Is Iron Lung on Switch? That would be
Good question. I
me
kind of
look.
doubt it. Maybe.
Um,
If it's
River
not,
City-
It is.
It
It
is?
is on
Okay.
Switch.
Okay.
According
There
to
you go.
Google, anyway. Oh yeah, no, it's on Nintendo's site. Holy shit!
Giancarlo just said yes in capital letters in the chat.
That's wild. I didn't think that game would come out on Switch.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, December 19th, 2022. So I mean, yeah. Okay.
Russ
Okay.
said he played. He finished High on Life on Game Pass.
Okay.
So the runner-up. I mean, River City Girls 2. Are you interested in playing that, Ty? Did you like the first
Yeah.
one?
Yeah. I mean, this is like the only game I'm on this list. Like I'm likely to play. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one.
For number 1?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll put my name down for number 2 for that one.
Okay.
And then
So
I would do Iron Lung for number 2
okay.
because I enjoyed watching people play this on YouTube.
Okay.
So
You know,
there's
it's
a tie.
it's a scary game.
Yeah. So it looks like Melatonin's going to take it for the winner,
Mhm.
Sure.
but there is a tie for
Crisis Core and River City.
what's that?
Crisis Core and River City is the second place tie, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So that means Ty has. Oh no, so Ty's already nominated. So Danny, you would have to choose between River City and. Oh no, you.
Yeah, I have two. I
You
did
have no
two.
choice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
unless you choose Iron Lung. What do you want? To number 2, Iron Lung or River City?
Crisis Core.
Okay.
Or we can just do 2 runners up. That's fine.
Okay.
We'll make a new stipulation. Since it has 2 number 1 votes, it's going to have 2 runner-ups.
Okay. Which is the first runner-up? And which is the second runner-up?
They're both equal.
Both equal. Okay. Got it.
So the winner for the best game that didn't get a mention last year because it released too late in 2022 of the year is Melatonin, taking it home. And then Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII Reunion, and River City Girls being the runners-up. So let's go ahead and move on to the next award. All right, and Ty, you're on with the next one, man.
Yes. All right, let's go. So our 8th award here is the game or feature we want to see on the Switch Successor, which there are many, but there can only be one winner.
So this replaces what was the previous version of this called?
Basically, like what games we want to see on the Switch, essentially.
That games are not being out on the Switch.
something like that. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that was fun though. I like that one because it was
Yeah,
like a
I mean,
running
but-
list, wasn't it?
I think at this point it's like, okay, there should be a new.
Oh,
Switch.
and this year we can finally cross off Metal Gear.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yay!
we
And
already
two-
won. We
right.
beat that. We beat that.
I think Tomb Raider was also on there. I think that's also the trilogy is coming out on Switch. So like Tomb Raider was like one of the other ones that was never on a Nintendo platform.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, but what do we got here, Ty?
Okay, let's go down. Functioning Joy-Cons, functioning D-pad, functioning online. You know, we like functions, I gotta say.
Right.
Right.
Ooh, keeping the portable nature.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. So not a new thing, but a thing we want to sustain that may or may not continue in the future. Okay, interesting. What else? Comparable hardware power to anything else. That was mine. Let's see. More robust capture features. Oh yeah. They're kind of behind on that.
That's me.
1080p
It's still not
online
bad, but
storage. Yeah.
yeah, but could be better.
Controllers with Hall effect sticks that don't drift.
On the on the graphic that I made, I basically kind of simplified this a little bit because I was like, what does that mean? And I looked it up and I was like, okay, basically make it so the joysticks aren't shit.
Right. Sure. We should have just written that. Good sticks. Right.
Yeah, better joysticks, you know, is what I came up with. But yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, sure.
All right, we have a graphic. 3D Donkey Kong Country.
You forgot one right before that though. Very important.
Oh yeah, Nintendo Cardboard VR 2.0. Thanks,
Yes.
Russ.
No, I think I put that on there too. Okay, cool.
Okay. Let's see what else. 3D Donkey Kong Country. We really need another Donkey Kong 64 in our lives, truly.
Yes.
F1 game for Switch. Okay, that's specific, but I can get behind that. That was James who put that down.
Yeah, thank you, James Allen.
And themes would be nice. Yeah, like have you guys seen my Steam profile?
No.
Okay. I just put up like the crudest anime girl stuff that was on the store because like I looked one day and I realized I have like all these weird little Steam points you can use. They're like the Nintendo coins, but it's only for like cosmetic stuff.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do like the cringiest shit on the planet. So yeah, I would support this, especially if I can make everybody else look at it.
Okay. One other thing that was maybe I had added or heard somebody say, Street Pass is something that somebody else mentioned.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's on the
I
on
didn't.
the graphic.
It's on the graphic. It's not here. I'll go ahead and add that on there. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think Nintendo is going to keep their system as like a hybrid console. I don't think we have to worry about them changing to just like a handheld only or console only. I don't think they're going to ever do that again. Yeah, I think it's always going to be hybrids from here on out, at least for the next generation too. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like I said, for number one for me, what I did put down was, more robust capture features. I think that would be great. But I think comparable hardware power to others. I mean, I'm not talking about have a 4K screen on like a 6-inch screen or something. That's stupid. But something that is more comparable, and maybe if it could do 4K, it's not going to be because it's a powerhouse. Maybe through some kind of finagling with like the NVIDIA tech that's been rumored to be coming to the Successor and stuff like that. We'll see how that goes. I think that's what I'll go with. Maybe for my number one, keep comparable hardware power to anything else.
So it's funny because portable nature sounds like something I would want, but I actually don't play that much portably, to be honest.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to have the option. Like,
yeah.
moving the Switch around from like one room to the other is like that's really convenient. But I actually don't play portably that much. But I
I'm
think
kind of the opposite. Like I play portable only, and I play good consoles at home.
yeah, and when you're playing Vampire Survivors, you'll definitely be playing portably, right?
Right.
Functioning D-pad. I mean, this actually doesn't just apply to the console, but also to the fucking Pro controller. Like,
Yeah.
assuming they
Yeah.
have a
Wow. Yeah, I think that could be. Yeah, I think you could say that.
because the Switch, the Switch Pro controller is D-pad is not good. Like, if it's good if you are doing a game that doesn't require like quickly going between right and down. Like something like a Pac-Man or a Tetris 99 are not good with the Pro.
To be fair, they did kind of fix or add some kind of thing in Tetris to make it a little bit better, but it's still not perfect. Yeah, that D-pad is garbage.
That's it's ridiculous. I mean, when the Joy-Con button D-pad thing is better than the D-pad, that's not a good thing. Like Nintendo have always had like good D-pads. Like, why are they failing so badly? It's like
I know.
It's really
it's so
weird.
stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
So that would be nice. And so what's the joysticks thing like on the Switch itself? On the Switch's Successor?
Basically, Joy-Con drift, all that stuff being a thing. If basically Nintendo would just have better joysticks, I think that's basically what people are trying to get at.
Yeah, well, drift isn't a thing with the Pro controller. It's only for the Switch Joy-Con, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's still part of the system.
Yeah,
assuming it'll be handheld, and I think it would be.
Right. Yeah.
And not everybody buys a Switch or a Pro controller too, because it's not cheap.
Yeah, who knows? If the sequel, the Successor, might actually have unremovable ones. Maybe they just decided, well, people didn't really do that much, so like, what's the point of doing that again? Let's just have it molded to the system itself this time. I could easily see that happening, and then have a proper D-pad, and then not have to worry about weird layouts and stuff like that.
But then again, I mean, having the detachable Joy-Con to plug into the Joy-Con grip, that's something that a lot of people use, especially kids. Like, hey, cool, I got a Switch. I want to play this on my TV. Like $70 for a controller. Jeez. Okay, I'll just use what I have.
Right, that's true, isn't it? Because what do you want to play on the TV?
Or other pores like Ty.
Right.
Yep. No, I just use my fight stick.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, if it is portable, then, well, I guess what they could do is have almost go back to the Wii U style of having the wireless connectivity with the TV. So like you could be holding this thing and also broadcasting to the TV at the same time. Like if they could figure that out, well, they already have figured that out.
Figured it out. Yeah.
Like, then that would work. Then you could have it on TV. I think I remember being really disappointed about that with the Switch, actually. Because I remember like when we didn't really know everything about the Switch, we knew it was going to be portable, but like, and it was going to have a dock. It was like, well, wait a minute. How are you going to see the screen when it's like in the dock? And it's like, oh, we're not seeing the screen when it's in the dock. It turns off. It's like, oh shit. How's Splatoon going to work? How's Mario Maker going to work? Wait, this doesn't make sense. And it turns out Mario Maker is not as good on Switch, but they have it. And Splatoon, they had to just redo the whole map system and the whole
but I think that was a little bit easier to do than Mario Maker, but
yeah. So they have it. So if they could go back to that, like do the Wii U, but actually better this time,
sure,
then that could work. That would be cool. That's not one of these options, is it? But
no. I mean, out of the options that we have, what are you guys thinking so far for your number one? Like I said, mine's comparable hardware power. It's my number one.
Comparable to PS what?
Other, obviously not comparable to Switch, comparable to other systems.
So like PS 4.5?
Something like that. Comparable, yeah.
Oh yeah, my reasoning behind that is like Switch simply misses out on multi-platform games because
Yep.
Or maybe you could phrase it like that then. Powerful enough to have the same games as the other consoles, right? That's what you mean, right?
That's exactly what I mean.
Yeah. think it's clear.
So yeah, crossplay can happen with every game, not just like yeah, not this ROMs from the 1990s.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, I would go for that one. And functioning online would be nice. Like
yeah.
Yeah, and it's so good. I mean, you went for your number 2, James, for functioning online.
I mean, the fact that we can't message people is so weird. Like,
Yeah. Right? If you want to send somebody a hate mail, you have to change your name to a slur and then send them a friend request.
Even stuff like, Danny, am I misremembering this? Like on like 3DS, like there was a button where you could like join game.
And yeah, you can kind of do that. I mean, I honestly don't play with many people outside of
but like
game nights and stuff like that.
I do remember that being on the 3DS friend list.
Yeah,
like you go to the Switch friends list and you see like, oh, Danny's playing Mario Wonder. Click it. Would you like to open the eShop? It's like, what the fuck? Why would I want to open the eShop? Danny's playing the game. Do you want to buy the game from the eShop that he's playing? Stranger? Like, it's so weird. It's like this kind of this weird web browser they put in the friends list. There's no option to message Danny or like invite Danny to play a game. Like
it might be this assistant limitation. You know, they try to keep that their home screen, all that stuff, very bare bones, and I think that's why it runs so smoothly. Yeah, going back to like 3DS and even Wii U, like those things chug, man. And I think that's might be one of the reasons why Nintendo didn't do it, because they knew they had an underpowered system and they wanted to make it so you can go back to that home screen even when you're playing games and all this stuff. Not as robust as like Xbox, where you can like suspend like 4 games at a time or something like that, right? But yeah.
Yeah, so functioning online and power comparable to the other consoles would be mine.
In which order?
Power, then online, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ty, what was your go-to there, man?
This is hard, actually.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, it's easy and kind of fun to like spitball when there is literally we know nothing about what.
Is backwards compatible on here? It's not.
That would be a given.
Well,
right.
You say that.
If they don't do it, oh my god, I'll give you like 1,000 yen, James, if they don't do that.
But like even for stuff like the ROMs, like N64 and stuff, like
it's a service.
Yeah,
I don't know. Cards, yes. I think.
Okay.
Sorry,
yeah, I'm thinking like at this point, like I kind of don't expect them to have like equivalent hardware power or anything. Like I think even if it was like the same power as like Xbox and PlayStation and had the same online functionality, I would still be like playing games on Xbox probably. So like I would rather keep the portable nature. That's what I want.
Okay.
Because like, you know, I'm gonna tell you right now, like mobile gaming, it fucking sucks. It sucks so much dick. And like I would rather play my Switch.
Sure. Yeah.
Or whatever the next thing is, because I don't think mobile gaming is suddenly gonna get good.
No, and I think we're guys like us, and maybe some of you guys that are listening to the show or watching or however you're partaking. Yeah, we're kind of in that audience where I think we don't really play mobile stuff. I mean, recently I started playing Pikmin Bloom, but that's not really a game. That's just like, okay, open the app. How far did I walk? Okay, tap a couple things, boom. But like, I am not going to spend hours glued to this. Like, there's just so many mobile games that are just not appealing, or trying to play stuff with like, you know, no physical sticks. Like it's just weird, man. Like I'd rather play something with tactile feedback and all that stuff. And that's probably not going to change anytime soon for old farts like us. It's just going to get worse.
Now, even Monster Hunter is like a fucking mobile game. Can you imagine that?
Well, actually,
crazy.
It will be. I can't tell if you're being facetious.
No, Monster Hunter it's Monster Hunter now.
Okay, never mind. I thought you were okay. Yeah, gotcha. Don't mind.
So, do we have a winner?
Yeah, so the winner, I think, just by deep. Hold on a second, Ty. You said your number one was what?
Portable.
Okay, that's Ty's number one. So I mean, right now the two number ones, James, you and me, for the basically hardware power to be something comparable to other more powerful hardware. Basically,
Yeah, and that would be my number two.
Okay, gotcha.
So Danny's number two is.
I think my number two will be. Let's just go with keeping the portable nature.
You play probably more portable than home,
Yes.
right?
Probably about 2/3 of the time or more I'm playing portable, and only get to play on the TV. I try not to like bore the hell out of my wife playing stuff on TV, and you know she wants to watch her shows and like all this shit too, and it's fine. I can play on this other screen. It works.
It's funny. All three of us are playing in completely different ways,
Right?
Yeah.
Ty's fully portable. Danny's kind of somewhere in the middle, and I'm fully on TV. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, then Ty's like fully on the TV with the Xbox. So
Right.
I mean,
right.
I mean, I could be playing 3 games at once. You never know.
exactly.
Yeah, but to be honest, like 10 of these things are kind of desirable. So
No.
like, if they can do most of these, that would be great.
Yeah. No, I think
Yeah.
this was a really good list. It really was, because basically all of these things are things that they should do. And I think it'd be cool to see like a photorealistic F1 game on Switch. That'd be cool. New 3D new Donkey Kong Country would be good. 3D
Donkey Kong 64 2.
Who
Nice,
knows?
right?
Who knows? Could be fun. All right. Well, again, just to recap, the winner here is for what feature or game we want to see in the Switch Successor. This is the comparable hardware or power to anything else, basically like an Xbox or PlayStation, as the winner, and then basically keeping the portable nature as the runner-up. And
So, so Danny, the winners last year, which is a different category.
thank you.
But it is interesting. But Game Boy Online was our most requested game to be on Switch. That came true.
Mhm.
Metal Gear Solid Collection was the winner, and Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters also came true. So there you go. All the winners from the last couple of years.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
The Pixel Remaster thing was like just days after we did the episode, like the
Right.
announcement. Just crazy.
And the one before that was like Dreamcast games, and we just had that Sega announcement. So it's like,
Yeah.
it has the Crazy Taxi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were asking for Jet Set Radio, Crazy Taxi, and Sega Rally. Well, 2 of those were announced, right?
Right.
Jet Set Radio.
Yeah. Well, let's kind of pick up the pace a little bit here and move on to the next one. JC, you have the honor and privilege of talking about this next one. Or now.
Best music track of the year. So these are the best music tracks of the year, obviously. Last year's winner was TMNT Shredder's Revenge, and the track was Panic in the Sky.
Whoa.
And the runner-up was Live Alive's Megalomania.
Not to be confused with Megalovania.
Right. I just had to reread that. Yeah.
Right.
So the nominations this year. So sorry, Danny, I'm assuming you're going to edit these tracks in somewhere?
They're going to do something a little bit different this year. They might be spread out throughout the audio version or something like that. We'll see how it goes. But
so
I will put links in the description and like at least the site article and stuff like that. So if you guys want to check these out, you can, or just take a look at
do you want me to pause between reading each track out so you can put them in? Or
no, that's
okay.
A lot of work.
So Airborne Assault from the Advance Wars Reboot Camp.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Nice. Sidewinder from the Advance Wars Reboot Camp.
Yeah.
And Quake 2, the Quad Machine.
Yeah. Well, actually, like a 25-year-old track, but it still slaps.
Right. My nomination was A Night at Boo's Opera, which is the music, one of the music levels from Super Mario Brothers Wonder. and Xenoblade Future Redeemed. Is that a remake of the first one? Something like that. Anyway, the track is New Battle.
Xenoblade 3.
Oh, okay. New Battle, that was nominated by Lemonade.
Mhm.
And then the Low Gravity Areas of the Sky Islands theme from Tears of the Kingdom, nominated by Balls. And then we have After Destruction from Dak.
No,
is that the music?
I asked Russ. I looked at the video. I'm pretty sure this has nothing to do with video games.
Okay, that's discontinued, disavowed. And then Street Fighter 6, Not on the Sidelines, nominated by John Carrier.
Yeah. So all of these were really amazing tracks. Like I can't think of one that I hated or anything like that. Like sometimes, you'll hear like music and you're like, okay, I'm not really into that. But most of these, I can't think of anything that I thought was like something that wasn't cool.
The Night at Boo's Opera. I mean, I guess now is the time to talk about Mario's music. So the way audio is integrated in this game is amazing, and there are some like track levels which are just straight up songs. Like the one that's most people have probably seen is the Piranha Plant kind of singing ones,
right?
And in that level, like the Piranha Plants are like individual enemies in the stage, and they're all singing in unison along with the beat of the track. And if you kill one of them, the voice of that one is eliminated from the track. So there is one less voice in the song. And if you kill all of them, then all of the vocals are taken out of the track. So it's like the most, I mean, like Mario World was the first game to do this, right? With the Mario.
And the boos here, they work the same way?
Yeah, it's like, it's amazing. Like the what do you call it? The music or the audio technology in this game is just fucking amazing. There are stages where there's blocks which play like, like a keyboard, like that you can walk on in real time, and you can actually play it like an actual piano. It's like, it's so good. But the reason why I chose this one as my favorite is that it reminds me of the Great Mighty Pooh from
I know, it's the first thing I thought of.
Right? It's so funny.
I mean, those are big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
That song is iconic.
It's so good. So, yeah, just like everything in Mario Brothers Wonder, the audio is amazing. But yeah, this one made me chuckle the most. And Ty or Danny, what were your nominations?
Actually, I didn't have a nomination. I was going to put some Mario RPG stuff on here, and then I was like, okay. I mean, it's just a great soundtrack. I think you should just listen to the whole thing. It's a cop-out thing. And also because I just didn't have time to put it on this graphic, too. It's another reason.
Yeah, I heard some good things about the remake tracks.
Yeah, no, I mean, just briefly with that. Yeah, seriously, really good remakes of it. Instrumental, fantastic sounding. Yeah, I mean, if you dug that soundtrack, yeah, check out the instrumental stuff. It's great. In the game, you can actually switch between both the old one and the new one. So that's
Yoko
cool.
Shimomura did the new one as well.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, and I think I heard that she could actually finish some of the tracks, like because some of them they had to loop right on the Super Nintendo, so they were a little bit shorter. But she could like actually continue and finish some of the tracks, which didn't exist in the original one. So it's kind of like,
sense.
Yeah, it's
cool.
Yeah. And Thai Advance Wars, good soundtrack.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah. Also, the music in that is dynamic as well.
Nice.
Like, yeah. Okay, so like when you're playing, it'll have like the character theme for whoever's turn it is, and then like when you go into like the little combat cutscene, like it changes to a more like militaristic like snare drum kind of style song, but like it doesn't start and stop the song, it just shifts to it, and it also changes like if you go to the menu, like it'll just kind of cut the melody out, and it's really cool. And of course when you use your power, they just fucking go bananas. It is so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder if Nintendo did it or the
Way forward.
Way Forward.
Pretty sure Way Forward did. Don't
Hmm.
quote me on that, but I think they did. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh god. Oh yeah, I should look that up. See what they got to do it. I wonder if it was somebody like Jake Kaufman or somebody.
Yeah.
I think if it was, I would have heard about it. But it's like really fucking good.
Yeah. No, I think even for my number one out of this list, I'm going with Airborne Assault, aka what's it?
Sensei's Power.
Yeah, Sensei's Power. That is really cool. I mean, this one too. Just if you're not listening to it right now or whatever, if you need to listen to it, yeah, a lot of jazzy riffs, and it kind of like picks up with some horns and stuff. Keeps going with the jazz, and then it just like starts slapping in guitars.
Yeah, like the regular theme keeps pretty faithful to like the GBA originals.
Yeah.
And then they just go like fully nuts. Like, what could this song like actually be?
Yeah.
Once you kick in the power.
Yeah.
And like that. I wanted to nominate a whole bunch, but like I think Sensei's theme, it's like it is so good.
Mm-hmm.
The composers were Maddie Lim, Michaela Natchigal, and Tommy Pedrini.
Okay,
they sound like some white people names to me, so probably not Nintendo.
Yeah.
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 Yep. So I as well 100% like Sensei's theme. I knew as soon as I heard it, it's like this is the best video game song this year, free. It's not even a competition. We should just award it now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like the Xenoblade theme too. That was pretty cool, pretty epic. Like kind of bombastic. I like that about just like Xenoblade music in general. It's always pretty good. The Street Fighter 6 song too is pretty dope. Like I didn't know what to expect. And it's like kind of like synth wavy and then like rap, like lyrical and stuff like that, lyrics and stuff. It's pretty nice. I like that one.
Yeah. I didn't know we could do non-Nintendo stuff, but
well, I mean,
I don't even think that's like the best track in Street Fighter 6. There are some bangers in there.
Yeah, maybe I said it that you should do Nintendo. Whatever, it's on there. Yeah, and I mean also too. Yeah, holy shit! Like low gravity, the low gravity stuff in the Sky Islands when Tears of the Kingdom. I thought that was really nice too. Just a really serene track. Just something that's just relaxing and obviously very fitting to what it is, in the game.
It's pretty like warped out kind of music, isn't it? Like weird. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I like the Sensei one, Sensei's Power. That would be my number 2.
Okay.
With obviously my own nomination as number 1.
Sure.
Yep. Sensei number 2.
Okay.
So what's do we have a winner?
Yes. Ty, you said Airborne Assault is your number 1?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah, then that takes it. Airborne Assault is the song of the year, or the track of the year rather. And yeah, right now, so for number 2s, James, you gave us a number 2. This is tough. But I think I might go with A Night at Boo's Opera for my number 2. It's a cool track. I mean, Mario just has a bunch of really cool music. So
it's crazy.
Ty, how about you, man? Do you have a number 2, or are you still kind of thinking about it a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, I would go for Boo's. I wouldn't argue. Like I do like my other nomination from Advance Wars, but that has so many other good songs too. I mean, I'll just go with Boo because it's pretty sick too.
Okay.
Big Mighty Pooh. Got
Big
a
Mighty Pooh, there we go.
little bit of help from Rareware in the 90s there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that'll put the King Boo in at damn it.
The Great Mighty Boo, not the Pooh.
Yep, and that will put the Mario Wonder Song as the runner-up. Excuse me. Cool. Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the last official award of the evening. In just a second. There we go. So here we are, the 10th award of the evening. And, this is something that we haven't really done in the past, and something I wanted to do. And this is, of course, our individual games of the year. We told you all about how many hours we played X, Y, and Z. But, I mean, sometimes, it can be, you can play a game for a really long time, but like something else more. And maybe it's just shorter. There's just less content, but you just really dug it more than you did a long game. I mean, that's just the way it is sometimes. Not all games are developed in the same exact way. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously a lot of options here for us, I'm sure. And Ty, I'm not limiting this just to Switch because I know
okay.
all of us out there play. Well, aside from maybe James. No,
Well,
and
we
like,
just have to just talk about our game, and then that's it. There's no nomination. There's no whatever.
No, just
okay.
Something that you think is. I mean, we've talked about. You know what I mean? We've talked about a bunch of games this evening,
Right?
And throughout the year. So I was just thinking, what is the game that you would say is your favorite game from 2023?
Well, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I think JC
it's not often like a game like Tears of the fucking Kingdom comes out. It's just like once in every 6-7 years this kind of game happens. It's pretty ridiculous. So it's kind of unfair, to be honest. Like, I mean, what are the other podcasts, the other websites talking about Game of the Year this year? Like Elden Ring? What was that last year?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 and
that's it. It seems like it's like Baldur's Gate 3, Tears of the Kingdom, Ty. I mean, can you think of anything else that's huge that I'm just totally blanking on right now?
I don't know. I'm going with Street Fighter 6, but like, what else? We got Marvel 2 or Spider-Man 2, I think. On
Starfield
PlayStation.
came out.
Yeah, Garfield.
Garfield came out. Garfield the sequel, Game Boy Color
Garfield
one.
Kart. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Garfield Kart. Thank God.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
Mortal
Kombat
12 or 1, whichever you want to
Alan
call
Wake
it.
2 or something.
Yeah,
right.
That's another one too.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, and when it boils down to it too, I mean, hey, we're just regular guys. We don't unlike a lot of people that put on,
Hey, we're just regular guys here.
We're just normal guys here, the working man. We need some more coffee.
Resident Evil 4 remake. Don't forget about that one.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, also coming to mobile, at least iPhone. No, but I mean, just being like regular guys, not people that are like doing this on a professional level. So it's like obviously some games are going to slip through our fingers because we don't have the time or the money to play everything. It's just the way it is.
Right. I'll talk about Mario Wonder.
Sure.
More because I think that's wonderful as well. I mean, excuse the pun. I mean, it is pretty cool that we got like a really good Mario game in the same year that we got an amazing Zelda game. I mean, that in itself is pretty amazing. When did Odyssey come out?
2017, man.
Also, that was the same year as Jesus Christ! Wow.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so it's happened twice.
Yeah,
but like before that, did it ever happen?
I don't.
Mario 64 and Ocarina didn't come out the same year.
96 and 98.
Right.
So I mean,
like
GameCube.
what? Link to the Past and Mario World? No. Were they the same year? No, it's close.
I'm trying to remember. It was really close. Yeah, GameCube. I mean, Wind Waker. I mean, Tears of Jesus Christ. Sunshine came out in 2002, and then I think Sunshine and I think Wind Waker came out in Japan.
Talking about good games, Danny.
In 2002. Okay, but you're saying like Mario and Zelda, but whatever.
Yeah, a good Mario game. I should have said. I should have qualified it there.
Sure.
So, yeah, like to have like an exceptionally good Mario game and an exceptionally good Zelda game in the same year is pretty amazing. And like Mario Wonder is just like so imaginative. Like it's not a 10 out of 10. Okay, it's why it's not my number one game. It's I just want to talk about it. It's not going to be my game of the year. I don't think it's a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 Mario games for me are Super Mario World, Super Mario 64, and Super Mario Galaxy 2
Hmm.
and Super Mario Odyssey. I think they're 10 out of 10 Mario games. Mario Wonder is not a 10 out of 10 Mario game, but it's a fantastic Mario game.
Yeah.
And I think it should be awarded. And like I kind of said at the beginning of the awards, like it kind of annoys me that it came out so late. Like this should have come out years ago. And
Sure.
if there's like a Mario Wonder 2 and they'd, perfected it, and it could have been a 10 out of 10. But unfortunately it's not. So I'm not saying it's like lacking content, but like,
Sure.
It's like something, it's almost perfect, but it's not.
Sure. No, I would agree with every single thing that you said. Like it's a really good, just fresh take on 2D Mario. It's what the series needed, and it's exciting to see where they're going to go from here once they've kind of removed themselves from the shackles of New Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I mean, Danny, I'm sure you've talked about this when you were talking about the game on the regular show, but like, things like the animation, like actually just having, I mean, somebody did a YouTube video about this, like they actually analyze the animation frames in this thing, and it is absolutely ridiculous. Like how much animation is in this game.
Sure.
Like even things like crouching and then walking forward has like different animations for every single character.
Yep.
And like things like you can now push against pipes, and like there's an animation for Mario holding the pipe, but if he's holding a shell, he'll put his shoulder against it and hold the shell in the other hand.
Oh, whoa.
There's animations for all of that.
Cool.
And there's like crouching versions of that, and then there's elephant versions of that.
Right.
Of every single character. You've got Peach, you've got Daisy, you've got Toadette, all of those characters as well.
Sure.
And they all have the same like amount of animation. It's absolutely insane how much animation is in this game.
Yeah.
Like and
I mean,
also the way they've animated it, if you compare like Mario Brothers, the new Super Mario Brothers games, like they look so dead-eyed.
Yep.
Like when you do it like side by side, they're just kind of like, just standing in a kind of awkward position. But like Mario Brothers Wonder is animated to make them look like an animated character. It's like, it's like, it's not hand-drawn animation, but it's almost like that. It's like, like Cuphead level of animation.
Sure. No, absolutely. I saw the comparison thing with New Super Mario Brothers. They're definitely doing so much more with the animations and the facial expression, everything. Like you said, even just ducking down, like, and even just the way that Mario and everybody else is kind of tilted a little bit more towards the camera so you can see their face, the side of their head. Like, that's smart. So you can, that way you can be more expressive, or at least have the option to be more expressive. And that's exactly what they did. Yeah.
And they blink and look at stuff. And I mean, when he jumps, he looks like the Mario Brothers 3 box art Mario.
Yeah.
Like, he puts his fist up like to look like, like box art Mario. But like, if you look at the new Super Mario Brothers games, they don't even do anything. They're just like, it's just like because it is based on the 3D model, right? And I think what I've heard is that, the DS game, the first DS game, I think they used the same model that they used in that Mario 64 remake.
Okay,
so
it makes sense.
They just tilted the camera to the side. So it's just the Mario 64 Mario, but just you look at it from the side.
I mean, that's smart.
I mean, yeah, but then every game after that, they've just copy and pasted it. So it makes less and less sense with every game, right? Sure. But with this one, they have fully redrawn and reanimated him in such a beautifully detailed way. And that's just the main character, not to mention the stages themselves, the enemies, like Goombas, like they fall asleep, they react to you, they get scared, they run away, like, they turn around and stuff like that. And when they hit each other, they kind of like, they react to each other and stuff like that. Like there's so many miniature interactions with all the characters in the world. Like it's it's almost like, like an indie game where they're really big on 2D animation, so they animate every blade of grass and stuff like that. It's like that. It's like really just unbelievable amounts of detail. So yeah, but saying that, Tears of the Kingdom is my best game of the year. But I just had to mention how wonderful Mario is. Again, I made the same pun. I apologize.
Ty, any closing thoughts on Street Fighter and why it's awesome?
Yeah, it's good. It feels like a return to form, like after so many years of not playing Street Fighter 5. Like, so
Right.
like Street Fighter 6, it looks good, it feels good, it has nice characters. It's pretty feature rich, like even like at launch. Like so everything about it pretty much is really fun. And like, when Street Fighter 5 came out, it was such a disappointment. Like, it just like because of a lot of various reasons, some of them technical, like the whole game felt like really soulless and terminally unfun. And Street Fighter 6 has flipped that around, I think. And it is bursting with flavor. It is a fun ass video game.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can tell that you liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, I like Fight Man game.
Yes.
Oh
indeed.
yeah, and it has a really robust single player mode, which is so rare for a
Right.
game.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
It-
I put in like 100 hours on the single player.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you saying it's better than Subspace Emissary from Smash Brothers Brawl on the
Let's
Wii?
not get crazy.
Yeah,
Really not.
fuck that shit. That's trash. Get fucked.
I'm the only one that thought it was okay, but that's just me.
All right. Yeah, I could tell you about some other good single player modes. Killer Instinct is basically just XCOM, but you fight instead of play an XCOM mission. There were some like OG Capcom ones, like if you had like the PlayStation or Saturn version of Street Fighter Alpha 3, they actually had kind of a similar thing where you like customize your character and go around the world. And like not a lot of people remember that because all the ports it's gotten since then over the years have not had that mode. So
And Ty, I think you're forgetting the best single player Street Fighter game. The
Street Fighter 2010 on NES.
Oh, that's a close second, but the best one, I think you agree, your favorite is the Switch launch title, the Street Fighter 2,
fuck.
the way with the 3D mode where you have to make a Hadouken with your fist and with 2 Joy-Cons in your hand.
Well, I think I purged that from my memory.
Yeah, that's the most fun I've ever had in Street Fighter. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
And they
right.
need to bring that back.
Completely 3D.
Oh yeah, and like another fun new thing that Street Fighter is doing is they're doing like a lot of weird collaboration content.
Yeah.
Like
There- What's the? I saw that like we run an article every week called the Famicast, and Ricky, my buddy, he posted just about this Street Fighter and what is it? What? Oh my god! Like they're doing something like now, or they did something very recently.
they're doing something like all the time. First it was like Ninja Turtles.
Uh-huh.
Like you could buy the Ninja Turtles avatar to use for your custom character, and also there was like the song covered by one of the Street Fighter voice actors. It was wild.
Wow.
And they do like a bunch of manga collaborations. Like they did one with Baki where you could get like avatars and like a bunch of like little nameplate avatar things. And they had one with fucking Astro Boy guy, Osamu, what's his name?
Bin
Bin
Laden.
Same.
No. Okay. But anyway, yeah, they just gave those to everybody. Like you sign into Street Fighter and you get like all these like OG like Astro Boy, etc. like nameplates and stuff. Just here you go, free.
Okay.
There was the candy collab with the little chocolate mushroom and the little mountain ones. What are those called?
Oh, the yeah.
TotK
Yeah.
Noko or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like you could get those and like stick them to your avatar or whatever. So there's some fun stuff going on all the time, and they just announced like a Spy Family collab coming next month.
That's what I think I saw in Osamu
Tezuka. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. I didn't want to stop and look it up.
Right. All right.
Yeah, looking
Well,
forward to the Spy Family collab. Let's go.
all right.
So yeah,
Um,
Street Fighter 6 game of the year for me, more or less.
There it is. And yeah, like I said, Tears of the Kingdom, great game. It's yeah. What else can you say? All right. Well, before we close out the show, we do have 2 other awards that we're going to go through here in just a moment. Let's go back to the arena here. There. And let's get that off of there. Nope. So there were 2 more awards. These were guest contributed and by our very own Russ Greeno. And I just wanted to kind of go through these really quick. We don't have to necessarily vote on these because first one I don't even know. And Ty, I think this one is like literally right up your alley. What do we get? What do we have here?
Oh, this is our favorite anime VTuber of the year, presumably.
Yes.
Okay, so let's look at the nominations.
Just read out the nominations. Let's say this. Everyone can choose your own. Everyone's a winner here. How about that?
Yeah. Am I the only one with like a serious entry here? I don't know.
No, I did. I did the serious.
Okay. Yeah. JC put in Code Miko.
Yeah.
All right. You want to tell us about Code Miko?
Code Miko, she's done by a real girl. She wears a full suit which animates everything in real time. It's like a really expensive, like a full mocap suit.
Oh yeah. I've seen this. Yeah.
And she looks very much like her avatar, to be honest. But she's like a cute, like Asian American girl. But she's absolutely insane, and I love it. She's so funny. Like she does all these weird, crazy stunts with her, her chat. And she's also like a programmer, so she like puts her like VTuber
she
character.
gets up to some shenanigans.
Yeah. She does. She puts the character in like a game world, like an Unreal Engine, and she'll explore the world as herself. But like just weird, deranged, insane things happen. It's always funny.
Nice. I mean, that must be why anybody watches VTuber. They're deranged, and it's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I nominated Sakura Miko, who I mentioned before. Who has some claims.
Is Miko like a popular YouTuber name?
I guess. I think it's just a coincidence that we've got 2 Mikos first. But this is the VTuber I found out about Suika game from. When she accidentally said some crude stuff on stream because she doesn't understand English.
Masturbation or something.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
I remember.
I think her main claim to fame is like just an amazing clip of her singing like the Ark Raft music when she was playing Ark.
Okay.
This might sound familiar to you. Maybe I'll slap it in the Discord later. But she's played some other games, and like she's really great to watch. She leans more into being really cute and dumb.
Okay.
Which I think is great. Absolutely charming. All right. So next up, we have Chumba by Lemonade. I don't know who or what that is. So let's find out.
Lemonade, he's already headed off to bed. So unfortunately I can't tell. That's a thing. There you go.
All right. Let's see. Well, I'll just do a quick look real quick. Oh, yep. She looks like a real gremlin VTuber. So all right, let's go. Feifei. I don't know who Feifei is. Russ nominated.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, that's a VTuber. I'll have to check out their claims to fame later. What else? Rich nominated. What the fuck?
Yes.
Understandable. Have a great day. Balls nominated Anime Trash, the unboxing. Oh yeah. I've got like a lot of VTuber characters just like lying around.
As a VTuber. Somehow the Ties Anime Trash, the unboxing has become a VTuber.
Yes,
right.
this this abstract concept
Yes,
has
it's
become a
become a concept.
VTuber.
It's weird.
Well,
Let's go.
Ty was an animated character in one episode of the Famicast.
Yeah,
I
but
At
only
remember.
one.
least one.
And a hamburger once.
Yeah.
Or excuse me,
Right. I
cheeseburger.
remember hamburger. I switched around from a bunch
Yeah,
like during that stream, I think, and I settled on hamburger.
yeah, that's great.
Hamburger gozaimasu.
Yeah.
Yes.
And last of all, we have Corn Chan.
Oh yeah.
Wow, right here on
All
stream.
hail the
Let's go.
corn.
It's me, Corn Chan.
Yeah.
Year of the
Alright.
corn.
That's right. It was
Is-
Year of the Corn.
2023 was the year of the corn, wasn't it?
I think every year is Year of the Corn.
I think so too. Yeah, I don't know anything about VTubers. I don't really care either. So like
I see you are not a man of culture.
no, definitely
Yeah,
not.
wow.
Yeah, that's me.
Get cultured, Danny.
But before we go on to that little last part, you know, I just gotta tell you guys, man, I am just absolutely beat. And you know, there's I'll tell you, when I'm tired like this, there's only one thing that
Oh,
I go
God.
to, and that is the Mighty Banana Olay from Nintendo and Lawson. I mean, this sweet yet not overbearing drink goes down smooth and really powers you up. And if you're looking for a quick pick me up, go to your nearest Lawson and grab one. James.
Amazing.
I think I had
Amazing.
that slot before when it was branded with a VTuber.
Yeah.
Available
Oh, sorry,
now.
guys, I'm thirsty. Ooh. Coming to your Lawson, May 2022.
Nice. Of the year.
Sorry, 2022. Excuse me. James, do you want to?
We
I
don't
thought
need to
this
go
was-
to Osaka again, Danny. Are we okay?
No. We'll
We're still in the
This
stadium.
is a very
okay.
appropriate.
Okay.
thank
So the 12th and possibly final award is I don't know why I'm reading this one out, or maybe I should read this one out. Who should replace me in 2024? So we have some nominations. First one is James Jones from Radio Free Nintendo. James Allen, one of our patrons. James Bond. Yep.
Timing might be a little different for those three, but
Yeah. James Corden. Please God no. Joe Biden. Good choice. And Alex Jones.
Right?
That Irish guy.
Mhm.
I think he's talking about Simon.
maybe.
Russ Greeno. Never heard of him. Reggie from the Life in Japan podcast. The DLC character, Reggie. And Rich Money Catalano. Apparently does a great English accent. Never heard it. Minoru Yamaizumi, the classic, and James Charlton, who apparently hates Splatoon. But I already said I already killed him and absorbed him, so he's out.
Right.
Oh, he's already been taken off. Good.
Yeah, I thought.
Good.
I thought that was on that list. Okay.
No,
sorry.
no, it's okay. He's dead.
Okay, he's gone. Yeah, I would have said Hunter Biden, but you know, whatever. Any of these other guys will do.
Yeah, that's nearer to my age. Yeah,
Yeah. See, I'm just thinking ahead.
I'm like
Party animal. Let's go.
3 Joe Bidens.
3
Yes.
Joe Bidens.
Right.
Yes.
Hello.
All
Come
right.
on, Slick.
Let's go back to the stadium here real quick, just to. All right, and yeah, actually, that is going to do it for the Fammies 2023. Of course, thank you guys so much for all the support throughout the year for these two jokers here with me today, right now. Thank you guys so much going on this wonderful journey. Did I tell you guys about Curry?
Oh, God. Here it comes.
No, I'm kidding. No, and of course, to you guys out there listening, thank you guys so much for your support. Just watching, interacting is always awesome. Thanks to our patrons with some awesome nominations throughout this episode. It's been fun. Really appreciate that, and hope you guys enjoy the show and just everything that we try to do for you guys. So, yeah, just a little bit of bookkeeping. Yeah, the next episode of the show, the next episode, is going to be on January 10th, 2024. That's the live version on YouTube. And it's a Wednesday, and give me some time maybe to get caught up on some stuff, and also maybe prepare some stuff for you guys, like patrons, and just try to get some more ideas kind of fleshed out. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think that's going to do it, though. Yeah, from now, happy holidays. I don't know, you two jokers want to say anything to the people?
Yo-yo Toshio?
Yeah.
Which means...
do you love yo-yos?
Do you do you live Oreos? Yeah.
or yo-yos, but yes.
Yep.
Tyrone?
Nice.
Anything?
Not really. Just catch me online. See me in Street Fighter, I guess.
Okay. Cool.
Take care of each other. Right?
Yeah.
Kill.
All that. Gotta have a balance. Yeah, gotta have a balance.
Right. Oh, there's my outro video. Okay. Well, thank you guys again for checking us out. We will catch you next time.